We ready, gentlemen?
No. Give it back.
Not the pink.
I need the pink. I need the easy one. I need the easy one.
Oh boy, dude, I can't wait to hear what you guys say, dude.
Oh, why? You think I got stories?
I know you got stories. All right, wow. Welcome to a very special edition of the Endless Enjoyment Podcast. It's the 1 year anniversary. We have released this episode that you're watching currently on the 1 year anniversary of the podcast. We started it, me and K-Shay, shout out K-Shay, OG in the pod. We started it along with Mazzer, shout out Mazzer.
Shout out Mazzoli.
The long lost brother Maz, who only hosted the first episode. Technically, I guess our first real guest.
Mazzoli really was the founding father of the podcast.
Yes, absolutely. And also shout out my buddy Jack Daddy, who's our first guest on the pod way last November. And he's like my boy I've been talking to a lot recently. But anyways, today is the 3rd of November. It's a Thursday, Thirsty Thursday with the boys. We in Nashville, Tennessee, baby. Nashville, baby. Kev's loving this intro, I can already tell.
I'm just confused.
I know, I'm just going off-road. It's been crazy. This is episode 32 of the Endless Enjoyment Podcast. Brand new episode, and we are here with 3 very special guests for this special 1 year anniversary edition of the pod. Episode 32 of the Endless Enjoyment Podcast. The Endless Enjoyment store is also now open on Shopify. Had to sneak in that plug. But anyways, without further ado, our 3 guests today. We have a 1 repeat guest and 2 brand new guests to the pod. So welcome to the first time to the pod. We have Aaron, Dan, and Joe Moran, of course, on the podskeee, baby. Our neighbors.
Absolutely. So excited to be here.
Why do you only say Joe's last name?
He doesn't know theirs.
No, we're all Morans.
we're all brothers.
We got Dan McGarr and I don't know how to say Aaron's last name. Messina.
It's Moran.
Yeah, we're all
Morans.
Morans. Tonight we're all Morans. Just tonight, though. But it's hyphenated. McGarr Moran.
I should have clarified the last names for sure.
That's okay.
But we have.
And I'm your co-host Kevin Liss.
Yeah,
I didn't even get an intro.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Well, this man wasn't staring me down, dude, in the middle of my intro.
Well, I was just couldn't stop thinking about how you took a 1-day tea break.
That's not even true. It wasn't even that long, dude. Yes, I'm stoned right now, if you did not know. But I didn't smoke all day until right before this pod, honestly. And
I couldn't tell.
anyways, 1 year anniversary of the pod. We're here with my new co-host here in Nashville. This is the 12th episode we've filmed with my co-host, Kevin Liss. He hasn't been a part of all 12 episodes. I've done a few solo ones, but thank you, Kevin, for being a part of the podcast and helping out.
Always be here for you until you tell me not to show up to the pod.
So
just kidding.
This man hopefully doesn't ever pull some shit that makes me kick him off the pod. But anyways.
What an episode that would be.
Kevin, get off the phone.
What would that have
That would be a very solemn
intro. Just to get the content.
Open up with a fade, be like, guys, I have to explain. Like, just like an apology video or something. That would be so funny.
I'll do my best Kyrie
impression.
And I'll apologize without apologizing.
Oh, no.
We're getting crazy. Anyways, 1 year anniversary of the pod. We're here. Aaron Messina, Dan McGarr, Joe Moran. 3 very talented musicians who happen to live right next door to us, and not right next door, but like close.
Up the hill.
In our complex. But I haven't even seen these guys in like a couple of weeks. So like a month or so it feels like.
It's been a minute.
So it's good to have you guys on and catch up here on the pod and just have a good time. Speaking of which, without further ado, now that we've introduced you guys, we can get more into the intro. But you guys, actually, we can probably tell a little audience a little bit more about you guys. But we're going to take a shot first.
Yeah, this is the intro to the intro.
The intro. I got an Old Smoky Moonshine 128 proof blue flame shot right now. So
Jack Daniels, baby.
Classic Jack Daniels.
I'm not ready to drink. I
Classic
haven't drank in a
Jack.
minute. But with you guys,
I have to do the pink Whitney because I'm not fucking drinking. No, you're not gonna drink it. I need the pink Whitney.
whoo-wee, I can smell this
it's,
shit from over here.
It's a school night.
All right, gentlemen.
All right.
I'm
Joe, are you
just
giving
cheers.
us a speech? What are you?
Joe.
No, the speech I can't give. It's not appropriate for the podcast. I think you'll just cut it out. But I'll give it anyway if you want me to. If you want to edit.
Ooh.
That was
All right. Cheers to the
Cheers.
podskeee 1
Alright,
year.
yeah,
Thank
good.
you guys
I
for
thought that
being
was
a
going
part
somewhere
of it.
else.
Cheers,
Much
boys.
love to all of you. Thank you.
Boom.
Enjoy.
Woo.
My lord.
So yummy.
Wow. You hand me my water. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Oh my Lanta!
That's a bigger one too.
Maybe like similar volume.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, damn.
All right. Well, the host is out. Fuck it,
Absolutely.
Kevin. Now's your time.
this is what I'm here for.
He's on the IL.
So what chance is recovering?
That was like
Let's
one, that's a lot. That's like 2 or 3 shots in one shot.
Yeah, that was.
But I can taste it
I saw it. Just kept going.
Yeah.
Like, damn.
are you crying right now?
a little bit.
It's okay.
It's emotional. It's an emotional.
Yeah.
It's an
podcast.
emotional time. To
It's
be
a
alive.
very spiritual
Kevin, what is
setting
this?
we're
What
in
is
right
this?
now.
No, for real though. I'm very happy. I'm
Okay.
away from.
Yeah, man. Well, the last time we were gonna do this, I had to go home, and it's actually funny because like I'm literally
Let's
going
put quotes
home.
around had.
I chose to go home,
Fucking with you,
and then I'm going home tomorrow, so I'm very glad that
We can fit it in
we
real quick.
finally got to do this. Yeah,
Thank you for making the time for it.
Of course.
Dude, thank
I'm so
Aaron for
excited.
that. It was really tough getting his schedule for tonight.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, that's
Working
true.
a lot.
No,
Yeah.
no, I asked him. I'm like, "Yo, can we do the pod on Thursday?" And he looked at me. He's like, "Can I?" He looked at his phone. I just stood there for a while. And I was getting nervous. I couldn't tell if he was
Yeah.
fucking with me or not.
Should I tell you, or should I just let you wonder about it?
I mean, that's up to you. I mean, at the end of the day, I think I'll get over it.
Party
sure?
foul grind still.
Low key. That's where I'm going tomorrow morning.
Damn, on that morning grind.
So I don't know why I let Joe have the pink Whitney when I also have work tomorrow morning. That's kind of
It was just one
Should've
shot,
shared
dude.
it,
I mean,
yeah.
That's true.
I work
can
tomorrow
handle
night.
we're big boys. Yeah, we're working Young Gravy tomorrow night.
Really?
No.
Oh, I heard they were coming in town.
And
Oh, that's worth it.
Fuck.
Oh yeah, wait, isn't this at the Almost Friday
no, that's at Marathon,
or
and then he has
Friday
an
beer
after party
at Friday
Almost
beers?
Friday.
Yeah.
On a Friday.
That was fucked.
Dude, I'm feeling it.
Anyway,
That was one of those.
Damn.
yeah, no, we're working Young Gravy tomorrow. That'll be a very interesting crowd. I can't wait for it.
Yeah, it's gonna be wild. I'll probably.
Dan, explain to them the clientele that goes to Young Gravy
my God.
concerts.
So
I feel like it's a
Dan
mix
had
of,
boots
like-
on the ground experience.
Oh
Yeah,
boy.
so
First-hand experience.
I went to a Young Gravy show in Boston with our drummer from Witch Culture, Rye Guy, Ryan.
shout out
Rye Guy.
Shout out Rye Guy. Yeah, we went back in, I think it was early February, and I didn't know what to expect. I drove out. I was completely sober. Probably not the right place to be sober at because that was chaotic as hell. Like first couple songs, this girl stumbles up and like her friends are helping her out. She can't even get up 2 steps and then she just falls on the ground. And I was scared. I'm like, oh my God. Like nobody was rushing over to her. Later on in the day, there was this, in the set, there was this guy who's standing
In the
next
day?
to, yeah, it felt that long. No,
The evening.
there was this guy who's standing next to us, definitely fucked up. Man, went timber straight flat on his face. I don't know how he didn't break his nose or like he wasn't bleeding or
teeth,
anything.
some shit.
Yeah, he was fine. Stands up, he's like, dude, these floors are slippery. I'm like, dude, you didn't even move. Like, you just felt like a tree. Are you okay? And he's like, I don't know, man. So that's a bunch of bras thrown on stage.
People would be getting dumb fucked up.
People would bring their moms. There were a couple moms in the crowd. It was
Someone brings a flag. That
yeah.
flag.
You probably see
man,
one.
Probably.
Should we just bring the flag with us tomorrow?
Honestly,
They
yeah.
would.
Genuinely.
Do it. Like wear it like a cape, a security cape.
I feel like he would appreciate
Attract
that
all
too.
the MILFs.
Mm-hmm.
He would, but
I'm gonna bring in just ask Jamal what he
he's
thinks.
gonna be like,
That will incite riots.
We'll just put like in the barricade so only Young Gravy can see it.
Nah, you guys will have fun. I'm sure you'll have an interesting time.
You're gonna have moments. You're gonna have cliche moments. Tonight is over for you,
do
bud.
power.
Yeah, no, I got-
Tonight is over for you, bud.
I got Young Gravy tomorrow, and then CMA Awards,
Well, that's gonna be a
7
shit
a.m. to
show.
7 p.m. every day until
Is
the
it like-
14th of November.
Is that at
And
Bridgestone?
yeah, where is that gonna be?
It's at Bridgestone and the Walk of Fame Park next to Bridgestone, on like right between 5th and 4th Ave.
Okay.
So right now, they're just setting up tents and setting up the red carpet, and just a bunch of like tourists being like, "What's going on?" And then I'm just like,
Dude.
"CMA Awards."
Oh,
like,
boys,
when
I
is
might
that?
throw up on.
And
Are
then
you
Fucking not
alright?
during your vacation.
yeah, they're like,
Fuck
when?
out.
And then people are like, "When is CMA Awards?" And I'll just be like,
No, he didn't. No, he fucking
Is he-
didn't.
All right, hold on.
Where you going, bud?
"The show goes on."
Oh my god.
He really?
You be okay?
Is this a podcast? This isn't gonna cut out, right?
This will probably end up getting cut out
Is this gonna
unless
get
we
cut
talk
out?
about something important right now. All
All right. What do you want to talk about?
We can talk about let's talk about witch culture.
Oh yeah.
Oh, here we go.
So-
Let's get to the good stuff.
Joe,
It's your time.
UNH alums, Joe, Dan, Ragai,
And Aaron.
and Aaron. Not a UNH alum.
No.
Oh, he's not. Yeah.
Rochester, U of R.
He could have been. He was going to, and then he last minute
So
Yeah, last minute.
literally left Dan. Dan.
witch culture was
Long story.
the second group you guys.
Um,
Or was it a
Dan
or
knows
was it
the
a
real
rebranding?
backstory. With Aaron, Aaron, get on all this because you guys started a while ago. No, he's taking care of Vinny. All right.
so wait, you want me to hold on? We're talking about.
Hold on.
We're talking about bitch culture.
Yeah,
We're talking about witch culture. So basically, it was like a rebranding.
Yeah, so it's a
Oh my
rebranding.
god. So Aaron and I started it in high school. We were like juniors or something, and we were just playing around. We were in this other band before. We kind of left that, and we were just
Yeah.
fucking around doing stuff. And we started January, which was our band name. And they were like, there are like at least 8 other Januaries, and also it's a month, so like nobody's gonna like search that up, and it's not gonna turn up for us. So we were like, let's rebrand and come up with a different name. And I was living with Joe at this time.
I wasn't in the band yet, though.
No,
so my
we-
vote for the better name went uncounted.
Shout
Continue.
out to Rod, who was there. He was our bassist at the time. Hope he's doing all right. Basically, Joe and I were roommates with Ragai, and we started rebranding, and we went through a bunch of names. Throckmorton was one of them. That was
That was my heavy contender.
Yeah, that
As an
was-
outside influence on the band, I was drilling that one so hard.
I don't know how Aaron felt. I don't remember, but I know
About
from
Throckmorton?
I know for me it was between Witch Culture and Throckmorton.
That's what it came down to, but there were a lot of other.
There were a
ones
lot
that
of
we had.
other ones. Well,
But
like
Throckmorton was the best
Like
one.
Throckmorton's
Mind
a
After
great
Midnight.
Mind After
Well, that was mine.
Midnight.
I think I rejected it pretty quickly.
Yeah. No, but we ultimately went with Witch Culture, which I think was
No, that's a good name.
thank you. Yeah.
I don't think there
it
are
was
any
fun.
other. Or there, at the time, at least, there weren't any other witch cultures. So
Yeah.
When I search it on Spotify, ours is the only one that pops up.
there is a witch cult, but that's not the same genre of music.
Yeah.
I think it's like a metal.
There's a Witch Culture on Bandcamp, I know, and
So does it count?
it's like sludge metal. So I'm like, that's all right. We're safe. We're not even in the same genre. Maybe if they want to, cease and desist or whatever.
Or you could just change to their genre and cease and desist that.
Yeah, exactly. We hold the power in this situation, bud. Yeah,
We
honestly.
will change genres and do it better than you.
Pretty much.
Give us our name back, bitch.
No, but we really we did it a lot with just the 3 of us. We had a couple fill-ins on guitar for a little while in college, but after the fact, played a couple shows with Aaron, and we've kind of been on and off since then. But I don't know. We released a couple singles back in June, and we're just riding off that, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Don't forget the legendary Battle of the Bands.
Legendary. We made 2 Battle of the Bands appearances.
Yeah, because we moved on in the first round, which wasn't supposed to happen, but we ate at Ruby Tuesday
We
beforehand.
overperformed because of Ruby Tuesdays.
We literally did.
Yeah, but we ate it the next week, and we lost. So.
Well, no, good things happened. The chick, her band decided not to show up, so we were instantly in third, and I think we
Yeah.
got second. It's just Han Solo had more friends that went to the show and voted
well,
for them.
also shout out
Was
to
Han
Han
Solo
Solo.
a solo act?
No, they're like kind of like big band. They had horns and shit.
They're
Like,
from,
they were also way better than us.
They were
So I just want to
from-
let that be known.
They're from Cooperstown. They're amazing.
They're
They
so
instantly when they went on stage, my mouth was agape. Like they were so good, and I hope they're still together because I genuinely liked their music, and I remember looking them up afterwards.
After we lost, I think I had moving day at college literally the next day, so I didn't stay to hear the results for like the final. I just assumed we came in second because that's the kind of guy I am.
First is the worst.
I'm glad you
Second is the
I'm glad you
best.
stayed for the. Well, we were all together for that one, but for that when they announced our name that first time, I think we all looked at each other and we were like,
Us?
fuck? Like
Us?
I didn't even think our set was that good, man. Like no, but
It was the songs that we knew how to play.
Yeah.
Like we played a song that we never practiced really full band ever at the next round.
So
And back on me.
yeah.
And then just we were like we didn't know if we could play covers or not because our set got extended by like 20 minutes from the week before.
But I think one of the previous bands that played before us played a
Played a
cover.
cover.
So we're
Oh,
like, okay,
shit, we
we're playing
can.
covers.
And then we were kind of looking around. We were like, all right, Aaron, we're playing twice now.
Yeah.
It was,
like,
it was
bro,
basically it was like if we had time on the stage, we would like figure it out. And of course, we're on stage, so we're playing everything like at least 20 BPM faster.
Yeah.
So like a set
It starts
that,
off 20 BPM faster and then it probably like ends like close to like 30.
yeah,
Pretty
yeah. No,
much.
so like basically, we had like a 35-minute set planned with just original music.
Yeah.
Like it would have worked probably. And then we're sitting there like, oh shit, dude, like.
We still got 15 minutes.
Yeah, like we still got like 10 minutes and we can't like we planned on making Psychotic like 5-6 minutes anyway. We cannot make
yeah.
this shit 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So we're like, fuck it, Aaron, we're playing twice. You
No,
know,
what
right?
happened? No, you know what happened? It was the three of you got together. You're like,
Oh yeah, we
and
didn't
then
tell
Dan
you.
was like, "Hey, Aaron, we're playing twice," and I was like, "Well, I have a guitar solo in that song that I have not played in at least a year, so let's give it a go."
and you didn't even fuck that one up. You fucked up the Psychotic solo.
Yeah.
You fucked up the song that
Well,
we played the most.
I was riding the high of not fucking up twice for so long that I just got into Psychotic.
Hey,
and I
to
just-
be fair, you played it off well because I didn't know because my shtick back then was I would just run into the audience. So I had a wireless. I had to let people know I had a
Was
wireless.
this still when you had the long hair?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let me.
When you're just the
look that
younger
up.
guy, the younger bass player that is residency at Lucky Bastard.
I haven't been there in so long. I have no
But
idea.
you know the guy I'm talking about, like older guy, just very long hair, plays bass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's
You got
like
a
one of those guys at
disembodied
every fucking
voice.
bar in Nashville.
I just only see him at Lucky Bastard.
Dude, I don't know the exact one you're talking about, but I know of the bass.
back
Like,
pretty far.
that bass
It
exists.
was
That's like half the
2019,
basses in the
right?
world.
Yeah, summer of 2019.
Like it just is what it is. So like I ran into the crowd and whatever, and I was like, I went up to the people who were running the show,
There
tried to
it
get
is.
brownie points. Like, yo, take a picture of me while I'm playing. It'll be cool. Instagram. It didn't help the voting
Man's
process
wore
at
the
all.
Cookie
I wore a
Monster
Cookie Monster
shirt.
shirt.
See,
We'll cut that in.
the only other thing you need is
God.
like the Free Hugs short T-shirt.
Right.
and then after 3 years, Joe and I traded places with long hair.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah,
much.
yeah.
You gave me your long hair.
But don't worry. I think in about a month or so, the mullet will be close to being ready. Yeah, get ready.
I'm gonna wake up one day and it's gonna jump scare me.
Joe's about to become like Mr. Steal Your Girl.
We mean about to. No, right now I'm Mr. MILF. Mullet will make
No,
me
right now you're
Steal
Mr.
Your
Catch a
Girl.
Broad.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's true. That's true. That's how it is.
And then the mullet just
It's gonna complete it.
Will your personality just like become accented, or will it kind of just like?
I think I'm gonna try and lean into the Boston accent I kind of have, and try and make it come
I
out
feel like
more.
you should go full like Tennessee Volunteers fan.
Yeah,
I already am.
I think you'll become
Yeah,
too
just
powerful,
lean into
dude.
it.
Yeah, like I told my
Like only wear orange, or at least always have one orange article.
You know what I did? So I drove down to Atlanta to see the Niners game.
Yeah, tell me about the story.
Okay, so I mean, not much happened there.
this story.
Not much happened in Atlanta. I was really hungover, so I didn't go out, and I was kind of scared.
And you also,
big-
the
most-
49ers
okay.
also got the
They got
fucking.
fucking ripped.
It was the
shit.
worst of times. It was the
It
bloodiest
was
time.
bad. I was going to say, let's just.
Welcome back.
We made sure to talk about important stuff, so we couldn't cut
I was
that out.
listening to
That's your shots, Vinny.
I was listening the whole time. No, that's official. I'm not even finishing this beer. I just cracked open.
In solidarity, I might have to take that Jack Daniel's shot.
I'm
And
going-
2 times, but
I'm not drinking any alcohol till after my show, Thanksgiving.
I respect
God
that.
damn.
What about my
Respect it.
birthday?
when's your birthday?
I'll drive you guys around.
Next, the Friday
What's
in
the
2 weeks,
date?
the 18th.
No way. That's
Yeah.
my birthday.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Damn.
You guys have the same birthday.
All right, hold up.
Yeah.
I gotta check when my flight
Were
is.
you
I'm,
98 or 97?
97.
All right, I was
I'm
98.
flying out.
That's so funny.
Oh,
What
we
the
gotta
hell?
do something for that.
Yeah,
I'm
Jesus.
flying out on the.
This guy's leaving.
Yeah, I gotta go home for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I'm
man.
flying out the 21st.
I'm flying out the 19th, so I gotta see what time my flight is. But
Dude, you can be hammered on the plane.
I'm
saying,
going. I'm probably
I
going.
will
It's just a matter of me
be-
being up in time.
Yeah.
For
Wait, don't
his
your parents
birthday
live in, like,
weekend, we
Chattanooga?
go out. You're both.
No, they live an
I think
hour
I've
or
got
45
some,
minutes
like,
north of Knoxville.
mandatory work days.
So you're flying?
we'll have to see about
Well, no,
that,
because
but-
Thanksgiving is back in
damn it.
Massachusetts.
Oh, okay.
He's the
okay.
trunk man. He lives in the trunk.
Drunk man.
That was a good
Lives
one.
in
Oh, what a
Trump.
throwback.
All right.
Trunk Man should be the title of Which Culture's next single.
Trunk Man. All right, I'm writing that
Yeah,
down.
you guys
right
already
now.
started talking about which cultures of the band the 3 of you guys are in.
I'm gonna put
And Ryan.
Trunk
The
Man.
show goes on, Chen. So.
Trunk
know, I'm
Man.
trying to
Everybody
stay
see it.
with
Trunk Man. It's right there. All right.
We have video proof.
Yeah.
We have video proof of Trunk Man.
What a day and what a time it has been down here in Nashville, Tennessee. So me and Kev moved here in April, and
You guys moved here in May.
literally a month and a half later, not even.
Yeah, what? You guys moved out, what, April 1st?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we were the 13th.
May 13th, yeah.
I remember that
And
day.
that was like the week Kyle was here too. as
Yeah,
a kid. That was-
dude, shout out K-Shay.
Shout out K
Shout out
Shay.
K-Shay.
Enjoy, brother.
Fucking love that guy. I mean, I'm gonna see him Thanksgiving. What day is your show?
26th, Saturday.
I should be able to go to that.
It's gonna be lit.
We should
Sure,
be
K
good.
Shay will be there getting lit.
Oh, he fucking better be.
Yes, sir.
Listen, I'm gonna be fucking couch surfing. I don't know where I'm gonna be sleeping each
Oh
night.
yeah, your family doesn't live in Mass anymore.
I mean, like my brother does with my grandpa, but all of my family is gonna basically be staying in the house, and I can stay. My other aunt offered me and my mom like rooms at her house, but like I've never been upstairs in her house. Like that's the kind of aunt it is. Like we go over Thanksgiving, like.
And you're just staying like 3 rooms.
Yeah, like I've been in the basement, the kitchen, the living room, and the dining room. I've never once gone upstairs. So I'm like, I don't know, like, cause I'm gonna be out with fucking friends. It depends on if I'm working during that time too. If like they get my laptop in time so I can work from Massachusetts or not. And if I don't have a laptop, I'm gonna be getting hammered every night, and I'm gonna be sleeping on a different friend's couch, and I don't want to be walking into their house. At fucking 1 in the morning. Hey, what's going on? Remember the time you never let me upstairs? Here I am. I don't want to be doing that.
That would be pretty funny though.
I mean, what I'm probably gonna do
That would
is
be hysterical.
I'll do that with like when all my family's down with like
Yeah.
both my aunt and uncle and their 3 combined kids with my grandpa and brother all living in this one house. I'll walk into that house at 1 a.m. It's fucking knocking shit over, just trying to find my Gatorade so I can boot and rally for the next day.
Oh my god.
I'm saying I gotta be prepared for this show, and I'm not drinking any alcohol. And that's why Kevin was like, "Dude, how about that 1 day tea break?" So I said I was gonna take a tea break, and yesterday I was smoking still. the barely anybody
You know,
that
yes,
had left.
like, yeah, no, you said you're like, I'm gonna take a tea break. Then I come back from work yesterday, and you're just like, yeah, I was just taking all the roaches we had and smoking them. So I was like, oh, tea break.
Oh,
And then today,
yeah, I'm sorry.
it seems like you had a day because
Yeah, it's
I
been
got-
up until this very moment.
Well,
right now.
Okay. Can we talk about what the fuck happened yesterday?
Yeah.
I need to know the context
Oh, yeah.
because Kev thought we were pranking him because that could not have been more on time.
Yeah. So I'm just at work.
It's like
I'm
3
sitting in
PM
front of a
yesterday.
gate, just talking to tourists and trying not to be rude. And I get a call from. I was like, "That's where I live." So I answer it, and it's like, "Hey, is this Kevin?" I was like, "Yeah, who is this?" And it's like, "This is Nicole. One of your neighbors. We couldn't get a hold of Vincent. It just goes straight to voicemail." One of your neighbors filed a noise complaint because he has to work nights, and the music's really loud. And you don't have to like turn the music off since it's not quiet hours, but just like turn it down a little. Just be respectful. I was like, yeah, I got you. And then
This man calls me.
I call
5
Vinny.
times.
I call Vinny. And it goes straight to voicemail. So I was like, oh, she wasn't lying about that. So that checks out. But I was also 10 minutes before that. There's like, somebody posted on the bulletin board. So I was like, I always look at it because it's either somebody being like, I have scents I'm selling, or like, or some weird shit. And then it's like, it was this one woman who's like, my dogs bark. Don't like report me for it. And, like very passive aggressive.
It was
And
like
I
a fucking paragraph.
It was a paragraph being like, so what? My dogs bark at birds. They're dogs.
Get over it.
She made some
And-
point about working at home. Like
Yeah.
it made.
And then she had like another passive aggressive like post, but that got deleted. So I don't know. There's drama. But anyway, so
In the
the sequel.
yeah, so in the group chat, I was
Meanwhile,
like, this is hysterical.
yeah.
And Chandler doesn't answer. And then I get like maybe 20 minutes after that, I get a call. I was like, my immediate thought was Joe Moran called us in to just fuck with us. So I texted that and I was like, yo, was that one of you guys? And you were all like, no. So I was like, all right. So then I called Vinny, goes straight to voicemail. And I was like,
My phone's on do not disturb at this point.
yeah. So I texted him and I was like, hey, we got a noise complaint. Just heads up, like. And then like, I was like, let me know you got this.
It was like a half hour later where I looked at
Well-
my phone.
And then
Because I was using this camera, which
Yeah.
I use my phone to record video with, so I'm not looking at my phone while I'm recording video.
And then like 10 minutes later, I'm like, let me FaceTime him because if his phone's off, it'll just go to his computer. It's like, this man's never like not on a digital device. You should answer. And again, just no response. So I was like,
Oh, shit.
Chenzo just like drowning himself out in music right now, just being sad. Do I need to go back home? That's what I was
yeah,
thinking.
the next text was, "Are you okay?
So that no, because then it was like, here, I'll just pull it up.
Are you good?"
I'll pull up the timestamps.
It was like between like 3
And I'm also
5
just
o'clock.
sitting at a gate at work. Like I have nothing going on. So I was just
Kept, like sitting.
You were watching Taurus ask you.
yeah.
What's
So
going
like,
on?
yeah, so 4:37. I was like, hey, we got a noise complaint. And then nothing. And then like 5:11. So it's like a half hour later. I was like, you good? Because just silence for like that entire time. I was like,
And I was like, I was filming a music video in my room. But I just got a few pretty good shots, honestly,
That's
for my new song, "You Don't Know Me." "You Don't Know Me" coming out, music video coming out very soon. And then also I want to shout out my brother Callie, Christian with a K. His debut album, Diamonds, comes out tonight, so it's already out by the time you're watching this. It's out on all streaming platforms. Callie, with an @ for the A, Callie. And this man's got some funky electronic pop rap fucking bangers on there. Shout out my guy producing and making his own music and shit. Dope shit. Go stream that shit. And yeah, we're here. Episode 32. I threw up in Kev's bathroom. Didn't quite make it to the fucking toilet. Made it to the sink. Got most of it in the sink. and I had to clean it up. It was not a pretty sight. But Aaron came and checked on me
I
like.
can attest that at least 90% made it in the sink, so it's not too bad.
Dude, Chenzo had to go do a
Not
J-
all of it would go
Hey.
down, bro. And I was scooping it with the fucking Hattie B's cup in there into the fucking.
Hey. You should have used his toothbrush to get
I
it down the
just
drain.
ate a bunch of McDonald's, bro. Right now.
Oh.
It's the only thing I ate all day today. I'm hurting right now. That's not
Listen, you
true.
didn't have to say any of this, and Kev would have never known.
No, I would have realized because, well, one,
Did you leave the Hattie B's cup in there?
at least you made it to
I
the.
still gotta clean
At least
up
you
all-
made it to the bathroom. I probably still have to like walk through it. I have my fucking like mat on the floor, so that probably got throw up all over it. And also
I was
like,
careful.
why the sink?
I was careful. The way that shit
I
sounded from over here.
I literally, it was a close call.
Dude,
bro.
No, but like
the way
you
it
have like within 2 feet of the sink, you have a toilet and a bathtub.
By the time that I was there, it
It's
was.
so much easier to clean those other two things.
Dude, you're
than
telling
the
me you're not the
sink.
one who had to clean it up, bro.
Damn.
While I'm hurting, dude.
But you were running though, like you knew time was of the essence.
Yeah, I was like, listening to what you guys.
I'm not gonna
Swallow
lie.
it like a man.
We're keeping it all in, dude.
I'm not gonna lie. I
Nah, that
didn't
was
even
nasty.
realize you left. I just heard splash and I went, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, I think I'm gonna throw
Yeah,
up.
I heard that.
I didn't even
I
hear
thought
that.
5
Cameron
seconds
throw up,
later.
and then he just turns the corner, and then I just hear splash.
It was like, no, dude, you know when like you hold like a bunch of water in the shower with your arms and you just let it drop? It sounded like that, just
Yeah.
a big plop.
Oh,
It was like a-
no.
It's been a rough day, boys. So I'm happy to be sitting here with you.
I just
So what else did you do today?
Yeah.
Man, so woke up quick at about just thought that I had to be when did I wake up today? I don't know. I demoed 2 of the last songs for my upcoming EP I'm dropping. I'm gonna record those tomorrow before work and just send them to Tommy to be mixed and mastered. So I got an EP coming out 2 weeks from now.
Sick.
Ooh, I haven't announced the date yet, but I guess we'll say it here right now. Fucking
breaking
Saturday, 11/19. Wake up and enjoy. The EP will be up on SoundCloud and YouTube. I just got the cover art done today too. I shot the cover art out on the porch. It's like a picture of me sitting down on the porch with a cup of tea in my hand and my fucking jammies. Wake up and enjoy it. Right, and the sun was shining in that moment too. It was actually a great.
Was it golden hour?
It was a great pick. No, it was like probably like 2 p.m.
So much for a tea break.
So then Fazo hit.
Oh my
I didn't say
god! It took me a
anything.
second.
Wait, what?
I spit bars too, bitch.
I'm confused.
Bro, if I was closer, I'd give you a fist bump for that one.
I can't reach.
Yes. Wait, I'm confused.
You said I was out on the thing sipping a cup of tea.
I was. I didn't smoke. I actually.
Yeah,
had
So
nice
much for a
nice
tea
so much for a
break.
tea
Oh.
break.
I love tea too much. Tea and honey, man. It's too good.
Absolutely.
Especially for singing. I'm
Tea
sure
and honey or
Danny
tea and
knows.
honeys?
Absolutely.
Alright, anyways, the point is.
One is for the porch and one is for
At that
FGL.
point, my guy Fazo, the last guest we had on the pod, you guys see that clip I tagged you into there?
Yeah.
He's like, Dan, Aaron, and Joe, you know all their governments, dude. Is that one person or 3? I was like, no, it's 3 different people, dude. He goes, dude, I thought Dan Aaron was one person.
Yeah, Dan Aaron Moran.
Yep.
Sounds like
Yeah,
a refrigerator
Aaron
company.
McGarr is hyphenated, so it's
What's
McGarr
worse?
Moran.
Dude, we're a really shitty. We're a really shitty law commercial you see on the back of a bench.
Who's gonna be the first? First
what?
name on the law firm. Is it gonna be like Moran? It's gotta be Moran. So never mind.
Never mind.
Yeah, 3
All the
Morans.
way around.
Moran.
Was it Moran or Moran and Moran?
Ooh. I like the and. I think it adds for
Yeah,
to the
the
effect.
Moran, and Moran. But is it the word or the symbol?
I'm
I think the symbol, definitely.
The symbol.
Yeah, that's what I was
We're all
Morans. Are there any more Morans that I should know about?
Dude, the fucking bar, the owner of the Lost Patty.
Did you see the
What
Yelp
about
reviews?
it?
of Lost
No,
Patty?
dude, it's fucking hilarious.
Dude,
You're
the
talking
Yelp reviews are hysterical.
the owner is, dude, so like we went in and he's like, I think we went there and it was someone's first time there. I think,
I went there with my parents.
no, I think it
No,
was
it was
Aaron.
mine.
It was
Oh,
Aaron's
you guys,
first
you
time.
guys had all been there.
Yeah, so
Oh,
we
yeah.
went with Aaron. We're like, who's been here before? And we're like, well, we have, like, but like we never did the shot. I lied because I had done the shot thing with them. But he was like, okay, you all get the fuck in here. I don't care if you've been here before. We're doing the toast. It's an Irish bar. This guy's fucking hammered.
Big Irish man.
We got to
with
go there for
cauliflower
Canadian
here.
soccer
Oh,
games.
also, this is a huge endorsement.
Absolutely.
Yeah, still haven't been.
Like, this is an endorsement for Lost Patty. I just want to make that clear. Because this guy's a fucking animal in the best way possible.
Oh,
This man was,
Great
talking,
guy.
Cauliflower ears, true Irishman.
this man was talking about it last
I'm pretty
time.
sure he drives a road. Dude, but this guy, so we go in and we're going through like our IDs or whatever, and he's like, just because, he has to make comments on our name. He's just like, McGarr, he's fucking Irish. So I asked him, am I Irish? And I put my name, he's like, Moran, you're the most Irish motherfucker in this bar. And I'm like, fuck, dude, the guy with the cauliflower ears said I'm Irish. And it was a real come to Jesus moment for me, and I have embraced none of it. In fact, I think I've gotten less Irish since that moment.
You're not Irish at all, are you?
Oh, I'm Irish and Polish, almost
It's
right,
like-
almost right down the fucking middle.
Same,
Right down the fucking
bro,
middle. Yeah, this man's
same.
wearing the Celtics hat over here. This man's repping.
Mm-hmm.
Do what we do.
Shout out.
Shout out, boss.
Shout out
Shout
Jalen
out to
Brown.
Ireland. Shout out to Poland.
Shout out
French Lebanese too. Let's fucking get
Shout
it.
out.
all
to,
people all around the world. The endless.
Shout
people-
out to the
people
world, man.
that support.
Shout out to the world.
For real, though. Pray for the world. I gotta say, this guy, Kev, what are you on your phone for?
because I'm looking up Yelp reviews of the Lost Patty, and this one from 19 days ago was actually hysterical, considering what Joe just said about the owner.
Oh no.
This man's put him on blast.
Was staying close by and asked to watch a football game. The owner was nice enough to change the TV specifically for me. Noticed there was a Man U from London sign and asked what I thought was very polite, who I believe was the owner, if he was English. Boy, was I wrong. He walked to every table to point fun at me for asking if an Irish bar was owned by an English man. Then he literally stopped the live music so he could announce it in front of the whole bar.
Oh my god.
That man was hammered.
That's awesome.
I paid my bill and attempted to leave, and he tried to say that I severely offended him. He offered a shot for an apology, but after he very clearly wanted me to look stupid, "You're a businessman, please act like it," would give 0 stars if able.
Jeez.
No, this
God.
guy, he's super nice. He's just,
I mean, what do you expect, man?
It's an Irishman running an Irish
if
bar.
you're being fucking stupid, like, just don't be stupid. Like, seriously.
I just think, considering when Joe's like, "I'm the most Irish guy in this place," and then the first review I is like,
That's so
he asked if
funny.
if an Englishman owned an Irish bar, and then made fun of me to everybody.
He even went to stop the music. Hold up. Everybody in this whole establishment.
That's
I know I
so
just told you
funny.
all individually, but guess what?
Yeah.
Sir, I ordered a beef roast. I didn't ask to get roasted.
That sounds like those fake reviews where they just like say fake things. Like I used to go to Friendlies and you know how they have those little like electronic kiosks, where you just like pay your bill.
Yeah.
And they have like a review section at the end. I used to say, "Oh yeah, everything was okay, except the part where with my ex, I would always go to dinner and I'd be like, yeah, except for the part where like my waitress went up and like asked how the baby was coming along, something, and pointed to their stomach."
Oh my god.
And then we like, cause like I don't know who reads those. Like we have like a little like kiosk to sign in at work, like an electronic thing, and I just like go up to the camera and just like do the weirdest faces, cause like who's looking at this shit? Like nobody cares. It's so funny.
You never know.
Did Friendly's
I
change?
mean, yeah, I guess you
I was
never
gonna say,
know,
did
but-
some-
Dan, what if you were the sole reason that the Friendly's empire collapsed because you were giving these shitty reviews on their kiosks?
You know what? If that's what I'm known for,
You
I
should
will.
be ashamed of yourself.
Nah, dude, I will take that.
Friendly's was mid.
No,
I
I
used
agree.
to love.
I agree.
My
The only good thing about it
grandparents-
was the smiley face
yeah.
tater tots.
My grandparents used to take me there like every weekend, so like I used to love it so much. Same with like Golden Corral, and then like now like looking back on it, I'm like, so that's like why I had such bad health problems when I was a kid. But
Is that why Ruby Tuesday gave you flashbacks?
yeah, it gave me some really bad flashbacks.
I feel like Golden Corral is even worse than
Golden Corral's way
Tuesdays.
worse than yeah. Shout out to
It's
Golden
like
Corral.
all you can eat, but like not one thing on the menu is like tolerable for your stomach. Like it's all terrible.
It's like
Yeah.
seafood, isn't it? No.
It's a lot of things. It's a lot of everything. It's like
Joe, grabbing a Heineken?
I thought he was throwing up.
We're all going through the rounds today.
Yeah, we're all hurt.
It's like, all
Yes,
right, we'll start at
anyways,
Vinny and then we'll go
Our last guest phase, don't hit me
counterclockwise.
up to chill. We met up with our other guest from last pod, Rizzy.
Wait, hold on,
We were
grabbing
chilling,
the,
like
just
freestyle,
grab
listening to
it.
some
Sorry,
beats and
okay.
shit, fucking around, and then fucking gave Fazo a ride. We got some McDonald's, and then I came here, set up, sat down. We took that shot, and then I threw up, and now we're here.
Absolutely.
All right,
What is
Chenzo.
on?
Now that we've gone on that
Yeah.
40-minute detour,
What to talk about?
did you have any ideas, or were we just shooting the shit?
No, I got plenty. We could
All right, let's get back on script.
Let's get back on
So that was a little bit of a detour.
Yeah, we went off
It's
script.
a little bit of a major detail.
Well, we went off script, then a little bit, somewhat on script, and then back
Yeah,
on
Yeah,
I
script.
mean,
you got
we went
It's
on
all
script
part
to
of
make
it.
sure we could
We're
keep
celebrating. We're having a
We're
good time. We're
celebrating.
we're here together to celebrate. The podcast so happens to be going on. Well, we're celebrating the
it. I mean,
podcast.
to be completely honest, that is probably the right way for this to have gone.
Podcast.
Yeah.
For real. And yeah, I'm,
Accurate representation of a night out.
no, bro.
Chenzo,
I
half a
don't.
shot, destroyed.
No, I don't throw up ever. Like not recently. Like actually, I did throw up one my cousin. my cousin's wedding. Well, it's because I hit a spliff, dude. I don't smoke tobacco, and I accidentally hit a spliff when I was hammered, and I was like, oh no.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it was a spliff.
Damn.
But I try not to get that fucked up. Like I do, like I think drinking is cool in moderation. Like we're not in college anymore. We can't be going fucking crazy. And I don't drink that much. Like I haven't really drank besides those 2 weddings that I've gone to. Maybe like a beer here and there, but
You're lucky we're
even
not doing
this,
this
like,
on
you
the
just never
weekend.
feel good after you drink, dude. And it's like it can be fun sometimes, but really, I'm just done drinking, bro. Like I still love
Yeah.
to smoke, obviously, and I just want to chill with that so I can get ready for the show. But like. You gotta stay focused, and that's what like I'm just like, and I get so
Focus.
excited once you get close to like finishing a project. You get so excited about it, and it gets you like lights that fire to finish it and get it done. Like with today, I was doing shit for this new project I was just talking about. Like I'm like now I'm excited, like it's coming out, it's done, like it's ready, like pretty much like. Now I can't wait to share it, and then just move on to the next idea, because like just keep the ball rolling,
Absolutely.
and keep the ideas coming, endless ideas.
You really do though. Like your release schedule is like there's always something on the way. That's crazy, dude. Like I don't know how you keep up with that.
Dude, you gotta
Yeah, but
look at this room, this
Chenzo and
kid's
King Gizzard
mirror
just
wall.
releasing every other week.
Dude, so because like I just can't get stuck on one idea or one vibe. Like I can't make a sad song all day. Like you know what I
Yeah.
mean. I couldn't spend 20 that or however hours in a day I spend like listening or making music. I can't listen to one vibe. 1 minute I'm like raging and dancing and going crazy. Another minute I'm like singing and more sad. Another minute it's just like straight rap. It's like you gotta have those different vibes. So if you work on multiple of those ideas at a time, strong ideas just develop, and that's where it kind of like. I may have a hook written or a verse written or some bars written to a beat that I like and a main idea. It's like just channeling in on that vibe or that idea and going 100% on it, and then practicing it, like demoing it and then recording it like you know it, like we were talking about, like memorizing that shit and just like catching that vibe. And that takes time to do that. So over the time, I have literally probably another 30 to 40, 50 other songs that I'm working on right now.
Damn.
Because those are just ideas that I've started. I know that when I do go in to finish them, and then when you get close to finishing them, you get that excitement. You get
Yeah.
in, you finish it, you get it done, and But also you realize, like, when you say you're recording like a demo, like, oh, there's parts that need to be worked out, or they're not, like, that flow doesn't work here. What do I need to take out or put it in to make it work? And then once you get it right, you're like, oh shit. So it's like.
So I wanted to ask you, and I know it's like different genres. You know, we're like more on the rock, like alternative side, and you're more on the hip hop side. What's like your writing process? You know, like what do you start with, and what do you usually end with, or is it like different every time?
I think I was just getting into it kind of right there, where it's like either I have some lyrics or ideas that I already have that I've just thought of, or a beat that I hear inspires me to write something or catch that vibe, or even the title of a beat sometimes really will lead you in a certain direction.
Yeah.
But, or maybe not at all, you know,
Yeah.
whatever, like, melodies really make me think of lyrics and, like, what I would be saying there and how I can make it catchy. Like, writing hooks is, like, what I've really focused on doing the last couple of years, because I always thought that's the hardest thing to do, is write a catchy hook, something that is going to bring someone back. So it's, like, most of my songs, like, I've done songs where it's just straight verse, or like most of my songs have a chorus, and I'm trying to like get better at writing choruses. I think I definitely have gotten better at doing it. I have some notable chorus, like I think of Young and Dumb from last year. Like last year, that was like a crazy chorus that people love, or even just personally, like that's what I think. But
Yeah.
just like I'll hear that, and that's like said before, where it's like I'm writing to that, and it's like I might gradually work at it, or if it just comes where you can only have so many lyrics that fit in a song, right? You can only fit so many words and make it flow. So it's like figuring out those flows that you want to do, but also incorporating meaningful lyrics that like tell some story or create some vibe that you're trying to make sense of with that song or get across. And so like just channeling that main idea and finishing it. So it's like once I write more to it, and depending on how much I like it, it's like the songs that I like the most get done the fastest, you know, because those are just the ones that I want to be working on. And or if there are other projects, there are songs that I like too that are just like for projects that I have in ideas for the future. So it's like I literally have like 2 other projects that I'm thinking about dropping out next year, and I'm about to drop 2 projects right now. Low key, you don't even know. I haven't even talked about the other one before. So that's kind of a surprise. I'm dropping another EP in December before the year's over, and that's going to be like more rage music rather than like the lo-fi sound that I'm doing with this EP. So it's like these are songs I'm working on right now. I'm going to record them, put them all out. I also have a song with my buddy Callie coming out too, and his album's out now too. So it's like fucking crazy. Like, and I like listen. You gotta be a fan of your own music. So I listen to a lot of my music a lot, and it's just like listening to the demos, working on them, getting them good, and then at a certain point, I just have to record it, give it to Tommy, and be done with it. Like I just fucking can't do it anymore. Like it's like I'm not gonna get focused on making this song a hit or making sure this is a song that people love and stream it a million times. Like I'm just gonna put it out, and I'm gonna go to the next one and worry about what's the next release, because just keeping people's attention. I've been more consistent on Instagram this year than I ever have before, just like posting, like I've been posting like almost every day at this point, like just posting shit about the podcast, music, song of the day. But I appreciate you guys. I don't want to talk too much about myself, and I do enjoy talking about the process though, and
definitely.
I appreciate you asking the question.
Well,
but, like,
I think that's what fascinates me the most about just any artist in general, is just how they go throughout the pre-production process, where you're in the writing stages, and what you kind of do to construct a song, or construct an album or an EP or whatever. I think that is what's most fascinating to me. And I love post-production, and it's what I went to school for. But the writing process is really what fascinates me. Because I do it different from you, or Joe, or Aaron, or Kev. Like everybody does it differently. So I love asking people kind of.
So what's Witch Culture's process? Because when there's a group of you guys, like.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. I think
It's very unorthodox.
It's very it's
From an outside perspective.
no. I think either Aaron and I or I will kind of have like a song idea, and we'll bring it to each other, or we'll bring it to Joe and Rye Guy and show it, and then just we've tried to write together before, and
Doesn't happen.
It just doesn't work. So like I know some bands, like look at the Beatles. They'll bring a song, like John would bring a song to Paul, and they'd be like, oh yeah, that goes here and that goes there and that does this and that. We've tried to do it a bunch of times, and we're just like, I don't know. I just feel like this isn't, like, we'll recommend things and all, like Joe will like, oh, well, I could see this going here and, be the little producer and whatnot. And
I put my foot down.
yeah. No, but like,
Ruben of Rich culture.
Yeah, I feel like sometimes
You show up like
sometimes
9
you have to.
like noon. And
Well,
you're
that's what
like,
I've noticed
What if we
with-
did it this way, and then you leave?
Yeah, no, that's what
And
I've
then you
noticed
show up the
like,
next day,
with at least writing with Dan, maybe not Aaron, is Dan, because Dan will write a song for 3 years if he's given the opportunity to.
Oh, yeah, no, me too.
He will keep. He's like, but then he gets it. Like he gets the song in his mind on his own, and then he brings it into like with me and Rye Guy. I think "You" was the big one. I think that was the first one that me and Rye Guy really wrote with Dan,
I
and
like that song a lot.
thank you.
that's
By the
probably
way.
the best,
Appreciate that. Thank
best
you.
Wish Culture song. I step.
A little biased there, but
Yeah.
Well, I mean, come on.
That was
But-
fun. That was a fun song to
But
write.
like when we started writing it, there was a big we didn't know how to start it. There was no idea how to start it.
That was a huge learning experience for me.
because
with
Dan's
writing.
like, this is how it's going to start, and we're like, but have you heard us play it like this? Because this is how we've been playing it by accident because we didn't know this is how you wanted to start it. We think this sounds pretty good, and so we went back and forth on that for a while. We ended up meeting in the middle, and I think it ended up working out pretty damn well.
Yeah, I think when you write a song and you have that in your head, like you said, and you bring it to the other guys, like in any art form, it can be so difficult to make changes because you
attach the idea to
you're
it.
like,
Yeah,
I
like, this is
love what I
mine.
have in my head,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I own this,
I
you
can
know.
relate to that for sure.
But then, like like for me, like I said, that was such a big learning experience because Aaron and I do our thing, but like it's not a full band. It's not like bass, drums, guitar, vocals. We were like guitars and vocals, and then bringing Ryan and Joe in, it was like
too groovy.
it
elements.
was so out of my element, but like, and at the time I was so nervous about it, and I was like so afraid to let go of like these ideas, but like, it helped me grow as an artist and as a writer, a songwriter. And I'm like, now I do it, and I'm like, I still get attached to things, definitely, but like, it's less so. Like, I'm more open to like interpretation and I mean, not every idea that you're gonna have is the greatest idea ever. So sometimes having an outside source can definitely, an outside source on the inside can help.
Yeah.
Like I want to get out
Someone
of
who's
my
just
brain.
trying to help.
Yeah.
I always just feel like it's one of those things where like more interpretations of an idea is never really a bad thing.
No.
Where it's more like you can focus on like like this like verse, like the second verse, like I could use some work, but overall like the first verse was really good. Or like with what if we had like this bridge and like after just like song structure too, where because I feel like that's always a big thing with writing.
Yeah, and that was a huge thing with Fat Boys is Andrew really wanted to self-produce. And I was always of the mindset, especially on the first album, like we've had most of these songs for almost 4 years. Like, you cannot produce them. We need to get that second opinion. And then our producer that we eventually got, which is a guy who had heard us play them a lot because we played like 6 or 7 shows with them. He gave us that outside perspective that we needed, especially with the newer songs on the album that he didn't really hear before. and he was able to make them so much better. And then him, as a really fucking good producer, was like, I don't master anything. Everything I mix and produce, I send out to a guy that I trust mastering. So we get the third set of ears on it.
Yeah.
So you're getting like, and I really like that chain of process. Get as many ears on it as you can, because there's nothing says you can't go back. Oh, like if you don't like the final product, you can go back and tweak it. Until you send it out there, you have all the power to fix it. It might cost more money if you're doing it in a certain way, like we were when we were going like into a studio and stuff. But luckily, we liked the way ours sounded right off the bat. That's the way we did it. And Fat Boys, I know when we did with Witch Culture, these singles, you guys self-produced, but me and Rye Guy weren't really there for any of the production. So when you played it with us, we were like that second set of ears.
Yeah.
We knew the songs, but we had no idea what the hell you guys were doing.
I'd show up in Massachusetts a couple times and be like, okay.
We were
like,
drunk.
For like get-togethers.
This was one very specific time. It was right when we finished mixing. I think all three of them.
Yeah.
You guys mixed like this.
We had a rough mix.
These are the mixes we have right now. And we were out visiting some college friends out in Western Mass. So we go into Dan's car. We're hammered. We're like, we'll be like 10 minutes. We listen to him, and basically, I listen to him all, and I go, Dan, because I'm drunk. I'm very candid. They need more. They need more balls. They need low end. Give balls.
I think I texted Aaron the next day. All right, here's what Joe made note of. Like, you know, he said in quotes, needs more balls. Yeah. But that's exactly what it is. And then you know, like.
But you know what we did? We added more balls.
And I think they came out a lot better.
Yeah, and we sent it off to be mastered. Who mastered it?
Mike Dwyer.
Mike Dwyer.
Shout out Mike if you're watching this.
Great mastering engineer. He worked on one of our dear friend Scott's and another band we're a part of, Scott's The Reptiles, southern mid New York. Very great engineer. So shout out to Mike Dwyer, definitely. But yeah, like having that different set of ears is like so important in the process. You know, these big artists don't, you know, write their songs, record their songs, mix their songs, master their songs, and promote their songs by themselves. Like it takes a team of people to do it.
To get it done.
Yeah, it's
producer. That's why
like
the term producer or role of producer is so vague. Like it means so.
It's because I've always seen it as kind of owning a mini business where it's like you have so many branches that help you out. You know, because you can't do it all by yourself. And it's I think it's fun to kind of do everything, but like ultimately like having those different teams of people is so important in the process.
There's not really like any more like DIY bands.
No.
That are like fully DIY.
No.
Like, I feel like there's the only two I can think of off the top of my head are Streetlight Manifesto is full DIY, and I'm pretty sure King Gizzard.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I can see them.
Like I
That
think
makes sense.
because I know like Stu is like he's like the engineer on everything and mixes it all.
Really?
Didn't they just release an album like today or yesterday?
I feel like
No, they released 3 in October.
yeah.
This guy was ecstatic.
And then they had
other day.
Then they had 9. No, they had 6 sets at Marathon at Red Rocks. No repeats. Yeah, 9 hours. They played 86 songs.
Oh my god.
How do you remember all that, man? I can barely remember
This
my
kid's
own
awesome.
songs. Yeah.
I
like
tuned
a
out
whole
for a second.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought.
I said no. I can relate to what you're saying about working and like getting multiple ears on a song. I agree. It's like good to get as many opinions as you can get, or especially for people that you trust too.
Yeah.
And people who like haven't been listening to the song for like 10 hours while they're mixing it.
People
know?
who don't
have no
know
attachment to the song
Yeah.
either.
I
That's
remember
real outside.
Chenzo sang me like an acoustic version of "I'm on One."
Before it was.
Yeah, I was over here. He had the lyrics on the paper and he just played the beat and he was like, "Yeah, these are." And then I think I'm gonna like do this at like the end and stuff. I'm like, "Yeah, fuck like that sounds good.
And then I recorded it. Tommy makes a master, and you helped me film a music video like that.
I feel like I'm a part of I'm on
Legendary.
one.
You
Absolutely.
are. You were. Dude.
You're
You are
the
on
one.
one.
I am the one.
You are on one.
I am the one he is on.
This man. I don't know about that.
Time out.
Just took a turn.
I love you, brother. I appreciate you. But I was gonna say,
He loves you, Joe.
getting those opinions
I
from people you
love
trust,
you.
though, for me, as though a solo act, like working, usually I'm working alone. Especially during COVID times, I record everything myself, pretty much, that I put out in the last 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
And not working closely with an engineer or producers, like mostly just alone in my room when I do record. And I do appreciate those times I have had, whether either it was me with an engineer, because that's like I get to hear his ideas while I'm recording it in time, and I get to focus on what I'm good at doing, and he gets to focus on what he's good at doing. So shout out my buddy Jake Lewis, like that's like one of my dogs back home was killing it, engineering, and we did Young and Dumb together, which was fire, and Move On, and a couple others. But like, fucking, he came up with ideas I wouldn't think about. Oh, this could make this part better, or try it this way here, or give more emotion here. It's like just little things that you wouldn't think about, and it's good to have someone else's opinion. I really appreciate it. But then you also, on the other side of it, it was like, say when I worked with Tommy Vasa and Steven Rago on putting out an EP together, where Steve is on drums, Tommy's doing guitar, bass, and mix and mastering the whole thing, and I'm writing all the lyrics and performing on it. So like, I've always been someone that my lyrics are very personal, and I'm like, it's a way for me to vent in a way, like just talk about what I want to talk about and work through shit. And so a lot. Our goal with that project, Age of the Independent, was to make it more universal, relatable for other people to listen to it. But I couldn't help but, like, there are some things that, or some flows that, like, by the end we were kind of rushing to finish it, unfortunately. Like, senior year, like, we got it done, and we were able to throw a show at, like, Henny's backyard. Shout out Henny. And have fun with it, getting off track. But, like, working together, I've never worked with musicians on a project before, and, like, we were creating the songs. Like, it would be kind of like they would play me something, and I would be like, could I rap on that? Do I have an idea that sparks from that? Or so basically we ended up like catching like 4 different vibes that we were going for, and like then I would have to write to it, see if we can do something. All right, this is going to be a chorus, this is going to be a verse, Steve's going to go off, or Tommy's going to do some solo here, you know what I mean? It was just kind of like trying to catch that vibe, and I was just kind of like trying to ride it with my voice, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was a fun, wild ride, but like, there's times where we disagree, and then like we'd have Jeff there in the room listening and giving his input, or Will, and like Will ended up doing like some of the other guys, Jeff too, like they all did some like background vocals too, like on one of the songs. It was like just all those people that came to make that one project happen, which was super fun. But I really do like my freedom as being a solo artist, that I get to control everything that is going on with the music. I love getting other people's opinions, and I still do. Like from Tommy or like Callie, I show him like everything that I'm working on, just like, or sometimes like Kevin, I'll play him songs in the car on the way to work, or just randomly text my friends if like I'm talking to them at the time and that's like what's going on. I'll just share and be like, what do you think about this? Or like random times like that where I'm just going to get people's opinions and then maybe change something. But it's also when you get attached to an idea and someone says something like completely different than what you were thinking. You're like, I don't know about that. Like, I don't think I'm going to change this. Like, I'm really set on this idea.
Yeah. Change is hard, man. You get set in your ways, and it's tough to kind of like picture something different. And not every idea that somebody brings to you is going to be like a good idea, but I think it's always good to, hear them out, definitely. And that's what I've learned with kind of writing with these guys and bringing my stuff to them. And
You have to listen to us more often.
yeah. No, because like I like my ideas, but like I think Joe, Aaron, and Ryan also have really great ideas that they can bring to the table. And
Like that's always been my thing, is in any band I've been in, I'm like that secondary songwriter, just because I'm not a songwriter really. I take that producer role. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, Kyle and Andrew, you write all these really cool riffs. I'm just gonna write. I don't care if it's just a simple da 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 bass line. If
Well,
you guys are fucking carrying the whole, like Hello Love.
Yeah.
You guys had that cool line. I'm like, I don't need to do shit. I can just do my thing.
But I feel like you know where to like insert like a bass line. Like you find
Yeah.
gaps that need something, and you're like, let me just do this cool little run right here.
Yeah, that's
like
why
you pick your spots.
Yeah.
I noticed that.
Because like I'm not a crazy bassist. I'm serviceable. I can write cool little licks. But like I do think like in the songwriting process, I'm the kind of guy that's like, let's let like these guys that can really carry the song melodically, because I don't do that. I'm a bassist.
Yeah.
So like let these guys write their cool riffs and let Pat or Dan or fucking Jamie. God, even Jamie, I'm like, dude, this is
Jamie.
too much.
Yeah.
But like that's always been the kind of like role that I've had is like
It's a good role to
that's
have.
a cool, and that's why I think you didn't have one of those before. So when I
No.
busted my ass, because did Rod do any of that, or Rod just vibe? Because I know Rod.
I think Rod definitely added a lot to his, to our shtick and
Oh,
what we had
'cause
when he
he's
was
Rod.
there. Rod is an amazing
Well,
musician.
that's what I mean,
and,
because
yeah.
Rod's better. Rod's
Well,
that dude's an
think,
animal.
I think it's very different. I think Rod is very. He's got like a different je ne sais quoi, a different vibe to him, and
Tool.
yeah, and it's just as good. And I think that going from Rod, and you, it's kind of like you see like the differences, and they're both great. I don't have any ill will on anything. I think
Dude, Mung knows the story.
Uber driver.
I wish I was in that Uber so much. I hear about it all the time.
Nah, I love Rod, and all the people that have helped us, Sam, Carlos, even people who have.
Who's the guy? Say his name. Say his name.
Yeah, even some other people who have.
I thought you were gonna go there.
I don't
Even
remember
some-
his name. If I remembered his name, I would say it right now, but I fucking don't.
The
Even
man who
some
started it all for Dan and I.
Was his name Sam? No, not
No.
Sam.
no, Sam's great.
Oh, I know it. Should I say it?
I don't care.
I'm so lost.
I know.
Josh.
Yeah,
That guy. I've never met the guy.
if you see this, Josh, which I don't think you will, but if you do,
You smell like a cat.
no.
Sticky.
No, it will.
Stinky.
That was
Okay.
5 years ago. That was 5 years ago. So
5
I
years
don't-
ago?
I don't give a shit.
Feels like 10, but it was only 5.
I don't give a shit.
Which culture's been a thing since when? Since high school?
2016?
2017?
2015?
2016.
When these guys were in
Like
high
junior
school.
year of high school.
We started playing with Josh, who was our bassist. 2015, January 2015. We
January.
branched.
Is that why you named it that?
In
That
January.
would make, that would make sense. Like,
It was a placeholder name, and then
And then it wasn't.
we both, just being us, didn't sit down to think of ideas.
I think we wanted to like lock down that like social media account, and we're like, let's just go with January for now, and then we'll see what happens, and then it just never changed.
Yeah, so blame social media.
Well, it changed obviously, but not for a while. It eventually did change.
It took a solid 3 years for it to
adding-
change.
I miss fucking
They're like
house
$10
shows.
Dude, we were trying to go
supposed
to
to
one.
go- it's
My
so-
coworker put on.
Yeah. So like,
Halloween
we get our
show.
Uber, we're going down the street, and the guy's like, damn, there's a lot of fucking people out here. And we're like, yeah, this is like not nearly as packed as it was last weekend. And there are just like people all like flooding this off street that the house is on. Just
Yeah.
And they're all in the corners and shit. And it's just like, it's a residential looking neighborhood. And there's just fucking cars lined up. Our friends. We're so like, us like fucking dumbasses get out. We start walking. And then we see the fucking lights. We're like, oh shit. No.
Yeah.
Party and the show hadn't even been going on.
It was
An
like
hour.
it was like an hour.
so this is what Metro Nashville.
Got
Cops,
stopped.
yeah, can't fucking shut it down. it was like there were so many fucking people. Like you're saying, like there was probably around 300 people,
easily,
probably more.
Easily.
And we were in this house the weekend before, and this house could not handle that amount of people. So the reason the cops probably got called is because there are people probably just hanging out in the front yard and was in the street.
Yeah.
And you can tell these these guys, as soon as they clean this one up, half of these fucking kids went to some other party because it was definitely a Belmont show. They probably all these kids went somewhere else, and they're just gonna fucking. These two cops are gonna get in their car and be like,
Get the next
"Oh,
party.
we got fucking no gas. All right, fucking."
Well, she
20
was
minutes.
literally telling me a couple days before. She's like, "Yeah, we're raising the prices too to kind of like deter more people from coming, so it's not as packed." And
Damn.
then I guess that did nothing.
It's
It's like for those 45 minutes
yeah.
before the cops come, we're raging.
No, these people are like, they raise the
absolutely, dude.
prices,
It's
gotta be kinda
so it
fun.
must be even
All right,
better.
raise it.
Yeah, that's
Dude.
probably what happened.
Yeah.
What
dude.
probably happened is it's fucking drunk college kids. They can't go out to Broadway or the bars. So, you know.
Looks good as new in there, Kevin.
I'll be the judge of that.
Not
Kevin walks in, immediately makes a new mess.
Ooh.
God damn it, Chenzo!
Oh no. Mics get that?
Was it good as new?
Just get a clip of that. It's like you fucking wiped everything down. You're welcome.
It just smelled like lemon.
Like, this isn't what puke in McDonald's smells like.
There was a lot of chicken in there.
God damn.
Bad.
Well, like I said, most of it was in the sink. Like I was pretty
I
impressed.
feel bad. I looked back at it. I was like, dude, don't even look, bro.
I was like, bro, is there anything I can do for you?
I'm sorry. I've always been one. Even if I'm gonna get like really fucked up, I can still like clean up after myself
Yeah.
and
Dude.
take care of myself.
I still think one of the funniest things I've ever seen down here is the fucking clown car of the people walking into my apartment with Jeff and Steve and Jake.
Yeah, that's good.
After-
We're gonna tell that
After
story.
FGL. That was fucking hilarious. Because it scared the shit out of these guys because they had no idea. I had no idea. But
we gotta
like,
tell that whole story. I don't know. Have we told that story on the?
I don't know because that happened after we did ours, right?
I know. I'm wondering if me and Kev said anything about it.
I don't think so because I think they did. Have you guys, Kev?
Yes, sir.
Have you talked about the FGL night when
When we almost left Kevin behind.
yeah, we left you
Chest
guys
is
behind because you
cramping
guys are
up right
fucking
now.
stupid.
No, we're not stupid.
Yes, you
It's
are.
like the muscle. It's like
We were all.
just breathe.
Everybody knew what was going on.
That
and
thing's
we
gonna
all
come
like,
out.
fuck
Okay.
these guys.
Listen.
That happens to me all the
No,
time.
we weren't. We were all
That,
heavily
like,
intoxicated.
We were all
Hurt.
fucked up.
That's about to fall.
I just like touched it. I was like,
Don't fix it. Fix it.
Yeah. Oh my god, dude. I hate that. I hate that.
Loosen it up a bit and then tighten it up. There we go. All right, before we get into some like story time about that, I want to backtrack a little bit more to, I don't know, me and Aaron probably had conversations more about like leading up to getting to Nashville, but I want to learn more about it and I want everyone else to learn about it. So we all, me, Dan, Joe, and Kevin all went to UNH, University of New Haven, baby, not New Hampshire, fucking Connecticut.
Yeah,
They sued us.
And you guys went to high school together.
yeah, Queensbury, New York. The where the fucking tree's coming from this year. The
Oh yeah, the Rockefeller tree is coming from this man's backyard.
Really?
Yeah, pretty much.
That is Dan's tree.
It's my tree.
He lives
They
next
stole
to
my tree.
This guy lives.
Yeah.
He lives
Yeah.
next to a tree farm.
I do.
It's not a forest. It's a farm.
This is a different tree. This is a
boulder
big
tree?
What tree farm? What tree farm?
You know the one across from my dad's
They
house.
planted them in a grid.
From your dad's house?
Pioneers.
Yeah, it's a tree farm. You know the trails and stuff.
I used to ride these
yeah.
babies for
For
miles.
both of
It's
you,
on the
you
Oregon
can
Trail.
answer it, but I want to ask Aaron first. So, when did you start playing music, and like, what were your earliest influences of music?
I started playing music. Oh god, I have to go way back. Believe it or not, I started on the keys in like second grade. My mom was like, "You can either do Boy Scouts, soccer or piano lessons. And me being the fucking nerd that I am, I was like, I'm going to fucking do piano lessons.
Hell yeah, dude.
My mom made me do all three.
Honestly, I wish I
Same.
did like music lessons when I was younger instead of sports, bro. I was always just trying to. I mean, they were fun, but like, you're just trying to like fit in and have fun with people.
Yeah, I don't know. But I feel like if I hadn't done that, maybe I never would have picked up the saxophone and then the guitar and then the drums. And it was just like a domino effect of like more instruments that I became interested in. And then like recording came in like high school. When we started to play our first band, I was like, we gotta find a way to record this, man. Like I didn't know what I was doing. I just had a laptop, like one shitty mic, and I just like started doing shit in my basement, and that's kind of where it all started. Just like low key basement recordings.
DIY.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out like what sounds good.
Yeah. And that's just what I started loving, was just like, I can fucking do this, like with no equipment, no experience. I can just play around with it for hours and hours and hours until I figure it out. And that's what I love about like production, and that's kind of why I wanted to go to school for that.
Where'd you go to school?
I went to school in Rochester, New York, U of R.
And how'd you like their music program there?
Honestly, dude, it was fucking crazy.
Then it
was like kind of a mix of both. Like, it was a lot of like head down in the library just studying a lot of math and physics, because it was more of like an engineering based program.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, we had a couple of really nice studios that I like hardly ever got to use because I was so busy studying for the math and the physics and all that. But
Dude, I wish I used the studios more.
honestly, dude, especially like my senior year, like that was my year to use the studios, and then COVID happened.
Fucking robbery.
Yeah, because like the way that the program that I had was designed was like 3 years of absolute shit and then 1 year of just like do whatever the fuck you want in the studio.
Mm-hmm.
And that last year was just COVID.
Ruined.
Guess how much you
Yeah.
had to pay? The same
Yeah,
amount
pretty much the
of
same.
money.
Yeah, and that year I ended up in the same place that I started, back in the basement studio, ironically, doing the same shit. But
we've done a lot.
oh
stuff
yeah,
in
no.
basements.
Not
Back
to
to
not
the
to
basics.
But
discount
better.
basement studio. It's
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
funny
Back
that
to the
like
basics. You gotta go back to where it started.
Yeah.
To the roots.
no, it's funny that that's
what
what
COVID
happened.
did for everyone though. Like this,
Yeah.
I finished my fucking first album during COVID, just recording in my
Yeah.
basement alone. Like I
Yeah.
said, like everything I've recorded in the last few years has been alone. Like you're just there.
Yeah.
So I do like, and you appreciate those times where you get to record with other people, and like that's where I miss you. Like I miss times where we were able to go to the studio or have house shows and party. Like our senior year, we didn't even get to throw any house shows. Like we did one a week before graduation, and that was like when shit was kind of like chill. Where if you're outside, then it's like you can have people outside.
I feel bad because you invited.
Which culture to play?
Yeah, you invited a band to play. I don't. But like I was playing a grad thing in Maine with Kyle, with Fat Boys.
Fat Boys and Little Men.
So that was a fucking time.
Yeah.
Crazy shit.
But
man.
yeah, no, that sucked. We didn't get to play any fucking shows.
I know our senior year, we got robbed of that. Like having that moment, it's like we were always going to the house shows, and then
Yeah.
like we were the ones supposed to be throwing them, and then
Yeah, we fucked up. We only played at the Fritz house twice.
Yeah.
Dude, I
Same.
never played at my house.
Yeah.
No, well, that's your fault.
Well, no, that's actually.
Well,
that's not my
I didn't
fault.
know you. And
The way it worked was so your junior year, my senior year, my house was 1058 Campbell. So that
yeah,
like
because I remember hearing that like they were turning a house on Campbell into a thing. I talked
Yeah.
to Dan about it.
yeah, that was my house, and it was pretty much like we'll provide the house, and we'll decide how the money gets split, which was very much we'll have like 3 bands every show, and we'll just split everything up 4 ways.
That's fair.
So everybody just gets 25% of the doors, the most fair.
That's easy, and
It's super easy. And
no
I don't
one
think
gets- no one
nobody
gets
had an
mad.
issue with it. Yeah,
I
nobody
mean-
got mad because it's like everybody's just getting the same amount.
Yeah.
there to have a good time.
And it's like I was like, you can just do like handle booking, but like don't have the same bands play every show.
That wasn't our
Do you
fault,
guys
though.
remember
They
the
cut our
Mike
sets.
Halloween shows?
The which one?
The Mike Halloween cover sets.
Yes.
We went to
I
one.
do.
I dressed up as Rye Guy.
Mm-hmm.
I think didn't Sound System perform one of those.
I think we went to the one
they went
Sound
to
System
Green
was
Day
at.
or some shit. I think.
Yeah, and then like a hardcore death metal band came on.
Yeah.
Dude, those are always so funny. because they're just so. A lot of it was really bad.
No mosh pit, no.
Yeah. No jumping up and down. No
sudden
cheering.
move, no sudden move.
Like
Nope.
some of the
Stay in one place. We'll mark an X on the.
No,
like,
no,
some of the
no.
shows were like
Yep, that's your spot.
every mic show. The crowd was just terrible.
Oh, yeah.
Like, and for like the the UNH bands and stuff, where it was like oh, play a cover set. It'd be like 5 songs from this artist. Maybe like 2 of them were good covers.
Well, see, that's why we already covered a Nirvana song,
Yeah.
so we were like, fuck it, let's play School, because you don't really have to play that well for it to sound like School.
I never really learned the lyrics.
Well,
I
there's
just
like
shouted.
19 words.
Yeah, I just shouted.
Smells like Teen
Pretty
Spirit.
much. Yeah, that's pretty much what I
Smells like Teen
did.
Spirit. Was that?
No, we didn't even do that. We did what we did.
That's the same thing where it's just
We
like
did
mumbling.
we did
Yeah.
Breed.
Kurt Cobain was very mumbly.
He's very mumbly.
Well, because he didn't give a
Legend.
shit. Because he started hating their fans. No, but it's like that's like we did 3 songs, and then at the end of our set, the end of that Halloween set was supposed to be we're gonna play All Star, and Rye Guy was gonna sing it on the drums, and we're gonna end with Psychotic, which is our biggest song at the time. Might still be. I don't fucking know.
In a while.
It's been a while, but we start playing like.
Been a while.
I'm like, yo, we're gonna play one more Nirvana song for you guys, and then we started playing Smash Mouth.
Oh my god.
This is our interpretation of Nirvana covering All Star by Smash Mouth.
And then it was just
They're like,
Smash.
you guys need to get off. And I'm like,
Yeah, like in the middle of the song, like Dan just like Bry Guy's going, he's going up to like Dan, like this is your last song. And Dan's like, no, like I don't think I've ever seen more fear in this man's eyes. Like I'm about to end the set
Yeah.
playing All Star.
what the fuck?
Well, Mike also never had a good booking person.
Dude, I will
Like, we
say,
just
I
quit
will say
halfway
though,
through every semester.
no,
It was
the,
great.
The first Fochella was great,
Yeah.
or at least the one that I played on.
Well, no,
because
that,
we fucked Pyramid Dog, crushed it.
well, that was also kind of like
Jamie,
that was also
was-
kind
it
of
was me,
fucked though
Jamie,
because
and
Mike
Rye Guy.
just didn't like.
No,
Mike didn't advertise it, and then all of a sudden you just have just a bunch of music festival, and the Big Spot Quad where majority of the people living in Bix Gerber, majority of people living in Bix Gerber, didn't know what was happening.
but
They're just like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
No, I'm pretty sure I heard several people yelling out there one time.
Yeah.
Like,
but the best part
fucking
about
11 a.m. on a
yeah.
It's 11 a.m. on a Saturday. I'm hungover after going to Gotham.
that was my
Shut
dorm.
up.
That was
This
my.
guy sounds like fucking Lola from Big Mouth.
Gotham.
But dude,
Only went there one time.
They-
I never needed to go back.
Toads
Never
is
been
just.
there.
I never went to Gotham. I went to Toads once.
Never
I
went
just
to
remember
Toads.
every time I went to Toads, I always ended up just sprinting like 7 blocks to get to the shuttle van.
How did we get here, bro?
Honestly, I don't even
We
want.
started talking about doing shows. You guys
Yeah.
doing shows back in your fucking hometown. And that's like where we just went off. Where I want to hear more about that. Like, I just want to hear more of like your early influences, or you too. You can chime in. Because we've already heard all about Joe. Joe's just here.
Yeah, I had my solo flick already.
Yeah, Joe. Go watch episode 24 with
you
Joe.
remember?
Joe Moran. Episode 24, Joe Moran had his own episode. He's back with his 2 roommates, and I want to learn more about you guys, and I want everyone else to learn more about you guys. So just talk about like early influences in music, like artists that inspired you or stood out to you when you were like really young.
Well, I think for this guy, it's a little more complicated. For me, it was literally just Foo Fighters. Like, that's it, dude. Like, just the way that he fucking writes music.
Yeah. Absolute
Like,
legend.
it's so, like, effortless for him.
Dave Grohl.
Yeah. Like, the man doesn't even have a high school diploma, but he just writes all these complex pieces because he just has this way about him. Like, the way that he writes guitar parts as if they're, like, drum parts.
Well, he's a drummer.
Yeah.
Dude, he doesn't even know how to read sheet music,
I
let
do
alone
that.
read English.
Well,
He
I
doesn't
think
know
he
any
struggles
music
with.
theory.
Well, also like Nirvana, he just like sold like disco drum beats for Nirvana. Like he's come out in interviews and said that. He's like, yeah, I just started playing disco over this and it worked. He's just a genius.
I know, dude. It's crazy.
Some people are just like born with it, man.
It's so funny
And then
because
became best friends with Lemmy.
I know, dude. I love Lemmy. I miss Lemmy.
It's like you think about like the drum intro into "Smells Like Teen Spirit," where like nowadays, like, oh, of course that's it. It's so simple.
Yeah.
But they had so many drummers before, and I can't imagine how long that. I don't know if it was in there for the drummer just before Dave, or if they've been trying to write that through many of their 7 or 8.
Well, I think he
drummers
came
they
in
had.
after the first album, right? After Bleach.
Dave did, yeah.
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 So I don't know how long "Smells Like Teen Spirit" was in like Kurt trying to fucking write it.
Yeah.
It could have been one drummer, the one right before Dave, or it could have been 3 before Dave. But the fact that he was the only one to come in there and think,
Yeah.
it just seems so simple now that would be what someone would do, but this guy just fucking did it.
Well, I think like the producer and like Kurt and Chris have all come out and said like as soon as he came in for his like audition, they just knew right away. Like,
Yeah.
this is our guy.
Because like he did something in one of the songs, and it was like, that's it,
Yeah.
and it's fucking wild.
Mm.
Fucking wild. Foo Fighters, man. So that's like your all-time favorite
Yeah.
group?
Like obviously he's a drummer first, but like the way he writes his guitar parts, like he writes guitar parts as if they're drum parts. Like the bottom 3 strings are like the kick drum, and like the top 3 strings are like cymbals. Like he's said that in interviews, and you can hear it in some of the songs.
Just give it like a
it's-
certain bounce to it.
Or like like what's it called? All My Life, or no, what's it?
All My
what's it
Life?
called?
All my
I think it's The Pretender. Where it's like the dun that's like the kick drum.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
that's like the higher guitar strings. Like it's 2 different parts that contrast each other and they work together, and it's just the way he writes guitar parts. And Foo Fighters is always like an army of guitars too. Mm-hmm. And that's when I first started writing music. I would have like 6, 7, 8 guitar tracks just lined up in Pro Tools or whatever. And like since then I've kind of dumbed it down a little bit to like maybe 2 or 3 guitar parts tops, but like.
Oh, I don't know, man. Right?
Well, you
Producing these songs this last time, there were a lot.
the song "You" has probably like
it has a lot.
there's like 3 lead guitars going at once in "You."
It's a lot going on in that.
So
Song.
I guess I haven't completely departed from having a million different guitar parts at once, but
It's okay though. That's your calling card.
Yeah, I
I
guess.
feel like layering really just helps songs like make them sound
Yeah.
really just
Yeah.
full and big.
Some
and-
songs need it, man. Sometimes some songs don't. Some songs do. You know.
I think there's a balance between less is more and more is more. You know,
Yeah.
that's what I think.
It depends on what you're writing.
Yes.
Depends on the vibe. Definitely.
For
Yeah,
sure.
for me it was all just Foo Fighters, to be honest. But for him it might be a little more.
I think for me, I mean, yeah, definitely Foo Fighters and Nirvana. I think I grew up on classic rock. I grew up on Rush. My dad really got me into music. Like, I was lucky to grow up in not a musical household, but like I was surrounded by music. Definitely, like my mom. Like I remember I had to pick out an instrument to play, and my mom played clarinet when she was in high school, so I was just like, I'll play clarinet, but yeah, my dad was definitely into classic rock, so I was into classic rock until I kind of like, I mean, like I still am definitely, but like I started branching off kind of like around that sweet spot of puberty when I finally started to find my own identity. And I found punk rock, and I found pop punk, and I found grunge, and with bands like Nirvana and Pearl Jam and the Foo Fighters with kind of like the modern rock and just all of those bands. But the one that really stuck out to me was Green Day, and they're still probably my all-time favorite band, and most of my songs that I write are still mostly full of just straight up power chords and that punky kind of drive to it. Even though I've kind of mellowed out a little bit more since the high school writing days, I just love how to the point they are. But then I started listening to stuff like Arctic Monkeys, who were punkier, I won't say punk, but they were punkier with that kind of like clean guitar and more compressed stuff. And yeah, I can't. I definitely started getting into the emo kind of mid 2000s music, like MCR and Paramore, and I don't know, dude. To say what inspires me is just, it's such a
Infinite.
complex. Yeah, like
So
I'll listen to
different.
a song like any day, and I'll be like, I want to write that song. Like, why haven't I written that song?
Yeah.
I know there's
feel
this
that.
band, the Backseat Lovers. They just
Yep.
released an
Man,
album.
Kev
Yeah,
loves them.
yeah.
Well, I found about the Backseat Lovers in Denver, where it was me, Sanji, and my other boy Glenn. We just went there for like just go hiking and stuff, and we were just bar hopping, and we went to a bar where the Backseat Lovers were playing,
No way.
and it was like it was a bar where like you have the bar and the main room, and they just had the doors open, but we couldn't go into like the actual floor.
Yeah.
But we could sit in the bar and just watch
Oh my god.
for free. So we were like caught like this. We caught like the encore of them, and we're like,
That's-
these guys fucking rule.
Yeah. No,
And
seriously.
then we just looked up who played there, and we're like, oh, okay. So that's how I got into that.
Damn, that's so cool. I love that. No, they like they have, what is it? I forgot the song name, but like a couple songs from their first album, and they have a new album. And I'm just like, you know, with that, for example, I listened to that album the other day. I'm like,
Why did
I want to write that. Like, I want to write that album, you know. And then I'll go the next day, the Arctic Monkeys, you know, their new album. I'm like, I want to write something super intellectual and super like kind of like 70s vibe, you know. And then somebody like Taylor Swift will drop an album, and I don't really listen to Taylor Swift, but like she's got some bops. She's got some bops, and I'll be like, I want to sprinkle some Taylor Swift in there somewhere, and I don't know, dude.
As you should.
Yeah,
Because that's
yeah.
good songwriting.
And I'll listen to
Was she writing this song?
then I'll listen to Johnny Cash, and I'm like,
Probably not.
well, that man was punk as fuck. Like Johnny Cash, like this man fucking ruled. Like I want to put some of that stuff in a song, and you know, I don't know. I think I find inspiration from a lot of different places, so it's hard to kind
It's
of.
good, and they all form to like what you are.
Yeah.
Someone said something good on the pod recently, where it was like, you try to following the footsteps of artists you really like is a way to like find your identity. Naturally, your identity will form like through. Like, you're not trying to necessarily imitate these artists, but you're trying to make something similar or capture something similar, and eventually you start finding your own voice, your own sound that way.
That was definitely Green Day and Nirvana for me. They kind of helped mold, and Paramore definitely kind of helped mold my songwriting and stuff into what it is. And I don't know what my songwriting will be even a year from now. So maybe it'll be completely different than it is now.
I'm sure for you, like me, though, it was writing like therapeutic to you.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I don't write nearly as often as you, just because, like, for me, it really all starts with a melody. So, like, writing lyrics comes kind of after the fact. Usually. But I know, like, I wrote a couple lines down the other day. It was 2 lines, just because I had them in my head. And I'm like, God damn, Dan, like, you're so depressed. What the fuck? Like, you don't realize what you're feeling sometimes until you
To
have it on
read it,
paper.
yeah. Someone
yeah.
said that too on the pod. I think it was same episode. But like,
Yeah. No, genuinely. It is almost.
but then it's like it also
therapy.
shows like you could change things by your writing. That's what I've been doing a lot recently. Is like I want to write how I want to feel, or like where I want to be in a year from now, or even say like a couple years ago I was rapping about being more confident. And now I am a more confident person. It's kind of like that's a way where I believe in like fake it till you make it. Like in that sense, like I'm gonna
Yeah.
fake this confidence until like it's fucking real, and then at that point it's like you're unstoppable.
Definitely, dude. Definitely. It's a beautiful thing.
It's the prophecy of music. If you put it in a lyric in your song, it will come true. Every time.
It's the problem.
every single
It's being
time.
fulfilled.
Oh God.
Which is sad though, because like artists like Juice WRLD talked about like dying from drugs.
Yeah.
And you know, and that became true. So it's like right now I'm like,
I will fuck a MILF.
I'm trying.
I will fuck a MILF.
No, you're gonna say I am currently fucking a MILF. That's what you gotta say.
My name's Kevin Less. I'm fucking a MILF. Freestyle.
All right, come back a couple of weeks from now. Let me know what happened.
That's right. I'm like,
The prophecy never fails.
that's where I'm like, that's where I'm at though. Like with my music, I'm like, whoa, what's the craziest shit that I could manifest in my life? And recently I've been talking about just shit like giving back to my community, paying my bills, and fucking retiring my parents, shit like that, like shit that I want to be real and it's not here yet. Like those things, but believing that your word has power if you speak on those things and really believe those things for a long time, that shit's going to build over time.
Well, I think that's a lot of it is really, to sound corny, just believing in yourself, because there are going to be times where, it's hard, it kind of manifesting that in a way and just sitting down and really being introspective and being like, okay, well, how do I build upon who I am now and where do I go from here? It all starts with a thought, pretty much. So
even with like emo songs or that use common phrase like I'm okay or I'm all right, it's like it's kind of like you're not okay, but you're trying to affirm that you want it to be okay.
Yeah. I'm not okay, I promise.
I promise.
It's okay, it's all right, something like that.
When I was.
It's like
That's just all of MCR's discography.
Yeah, pretty much.
it's not really okay.
It's like, I'm okay,
Carry
I'm not
on.
okay. I'll be the
be
savior
alright.
of the broken, the beaten, and the damned.
Carry on.
My father took me to a parade and asked me the most important question of my life.
It's so fun.
What are your other roles?
And that's when I knew.
And then I saw the Twin Towers fall.
Oh.
And I knew I had to make the most emo band vampires of all time.
Okay. I had a question though. Fuck.
I'm not wrong.
I didn't need that.
Fuck.
You're good. You're good. We've all got questions. We just need to.
We were talking about writing songs. All right, yeah. I want to ask, like, Dan, like, what are other roles like in the band that you play? Like, what would you say that you do? You play other instruments, or are you just singing, writing lyrics, or?
Yeah. I mean, mostly I think sing and write lyrics, but I also play guitar. Mainly rhythm guitar. Aaron kind of takes the lead. Obviously Joe takes the bass and Ryan takes the drums. But
So what a good one.
I definitely take rhythm guitar and lead vocals, definitely, along with songwriting, and then whatever we record. Sometimes I'll do like a clap or like
something like
random
when we were
percussion
recording our songs
clapping.
in Blackbird.
I was about to
Yeah.
say.
honestly.
Well, this one we did not record the claps in Blackbird.
No shit.
No.
Sadly.
I mean, I do play bass too, but I'm definitely not as good of a bassist as Joe, and
Joe's sad.
I could not. Also, I could not sing and play bass, at least not well. So
You have though.
I have done that in Sunday Scaries. That's our other band that we started with boys Scott and Luke, but yeah, no, I play bass not super well. Sing.
That's good.
And
You
play
have,
guitar.
you have multiple things that you play. You said you play multiple instruments too.
Yeah. I mean, I've kind of since dropped the saxophone in recent years.
Yeah.
Sadly, we don't play too much
Sax- it would be
jazz and witch
dope.
culture stuff.
It'd be
I
dope
told
if
you.
did
I
that.
told you should play sax for "Back on Me." That would be
Oh,
fun.
dude, that song does have trumpets. though.
Fun fact: I also played the saxophone for
Yeah?
like
Oh,
a year
damn.
or two in like 4th or 5th grade.
Yeah. What kind of saxophone? Alto, tenor,
Alto.
Baritone?
alto,
Yeah, I don't even
baritone.
Baritone.
Speaking of baritones,
It was a long time ago. That was my first introduction to like, actually playing music, and
Yeah.
then I stopped. And I wish I stuck with it. Like, imagine if I did. If I still played saxophone, that'd be lit.
That's literally what happened with me.
Kenny G,
I couldn't be rapping though. I could be recording.
Vinny
shit.
C.
I went in.
Vinny Chance.
I played violin in like 4th grade. And then they moved violin lessons to snack time, and I said I have priorities. Fuck violin.
That was
Give me
the
the
right one.
bass.
And so then when I wanted to play bass, my mom was like, "No, I'm not paying for lessons and to like rent the fucking bass for you if you're just gonna do what you did with the violin." I'm like, I won't. And then 2 years later, my friends bullied me into playing bass because I wanted to be in their band. They already had 2
2
guitars.
years later.
Yeah, I played piano, guitar, and organ.
Organ.
Yeah. So my
It's a
aunt and
state,
uncle,
That's a
dumbass.
different animal.
dude. So my mom's sister owns a keyboard store in Virginia Beach.
I thought you were gonna say organ. I was like,
Well,
fuck.
So they own like a Yamaha keyboard store. Like they're partnered with Yamaha.
Oh shit.
Pharrell, when he was a kid, would go into their store and just like mess around. So they knew like Pharrell before he was Pharrell.
Ray Charles is
And
about to
then
sue us right now.
my uncle, he's a certified pipe organ repair specialist. So he just goes around like to churches all over the country just repairing them. So they gave me like organ lessons a few times,
That's badass.
and then
That's cool.
played a couple times.
Been
How
playing
good are
music
you?
recently, Kevin? Your own?
Kind of.
Because I don't know what goes on in there.
A lot of FIFA recently.
Sure.
I'll be honest. But nah, me and Adam Pollock have some stuff cooking up. Where it's just very much now, just like we'll come up with like chord progressions, send it to each other, be like, what can you add to this?
Dude, that would be an episode when we get Adam on.
And
for
then,
sure.
oh, for sure. And then it's also it's a lot like just sending each other chords and just be like, what can you add? And then also being like, it'd be really sick if we sampled like this random YouTube video.
Yeah.
A lot of just being like, let's sample this or let's cover this, and then
Okay.
eventually when we're together, we'll just spend like 2 days and just
Knock some shit
knock
out.
everything out. But yeah, things are going. Moves are gonna happen in 2023.
2023 is going to be a great year. That's what Fazo was saying, too. I was like, damn. Getting excited. And the next few months are going to be crazy. This man's birthday's coming up. Kev's turning 25.
Dan's
You're
turning 24 the same day.
Yeah. Yes, literally the same day,
We got
man.
Thanksgiving.
But Chenzo
Got
won't
it.
drink.
I'll drive, though.
I love it.
Drive me to the
Drink
fucking
water,
airport
bro.
the next morning.
Stay hydrated.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, we'll
Oh fuck yeah! I'm down. I'm getting hammered.
I'm
We'll
getting
go from Broadway to the
He's
airport.
going on the flight, shit face like K-Shay when you was here, dude. I dropped that man K-Shay off at the airport at 4 in the morning, hammered, dude.
And you know where he went? Probably straight to the fucking bar in there.
I respect that. The hell
This
out
was so
of it.
funny, that video of K-Shay leaving out
Bye,
the door.
Kev.
He didn't get to say bye to Kevin, blow him a kiss.
That was a fucking night.
This man Kyle's heading off. These
Chenzo.
two night out.
Vincent, thank you for the tour of Smash. Joe, thank you for being a bro. And I'll see you back in that.
Shout out Kev too, you didn't get to say bye to him. But
Kevin, good night. Blow him a kiss.
oh boy.
I wasn't there when K-Shay arrived, and I wasn't there when K-Shay left, but I was there for everything else.
I was like only there when K-Shay arrived and was left. I wasn't there in the middle.
He was like a ghost.
Watch, remember when
When the
K-Shay,
world needed him most.
I remember when K-Shay showed up, I was working, I decided I'm going to work Allie and AJ. Because that was just a fun show to work. And then I like went, I was like, I'll meet you guys on Broadway.
Wait, so
I get to
Mong,
Broadway.
we Ubered with Mong to Broadway.
I got
that
to
was the day
Broadway.
he got there?
Yeah.
Oh shit! I thought he was there the night before that.
No, that was the
Oh
day.
No,
fuck,
me and him,
we
like-
were there the night before.
Me and him literally like ate, picked up moonshine, came back here. I texted you guys to come over, and then we Ubered
Yeah.
fucking down.
Mom.
Because I was at Allie and
With
AJ. I drove to Nissan. There's like no parking. And I remember it was like, there was some wind gusts. Because I almost got lifted up once. I was like walking up the stairs like to the pedestrian bridge, like the really
Yeah.
like creepy staircase that just goes in a like spiral.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking like I might fall over here
Oh my god.
because I'm wearing my windbreaker and just catching all the wind.
And that's when you
And-
picked us up and we
Well,
put
no,
Aaron in the
then
trunk.
I went to
Oh,
go.
yeah.
No, that's when I went to go. I was like, all right, I'll meet you guys at FGL. I get there, and it's the line for FGL is all the way to Broadway.
Like it's the Kid Rocks, which is weird
To,
because
like,
it's usually
Kid
the
Rocks.
opposite.
So I was like, I don't think I'm getting to FGL like anytime soon. And then you guys were like, all right, we'll just bounce. And then I drove us all home. And Aaron was like, I'm the trunk man. I just live in the trunk.
Good man. The trunk man. He's the man. He lives in the trunk. He's gonna sleep there tonight.
You know, in hindsight, it was probably a good thing considering I got COVID from FGL that night.
Oh, damn.
Oh, that's true.
So
This man
maybe,
was quarantined in the back and
maybe,
all of
yeah.
us were straight.
Dude, but
maybe
you know,
it's for the best that I was like, I'm just gonna chill in the trunk.
you know what's funny? The next weekend when we went out to FGL, either the night that Vinny's life
All right.
got really great, or the night that my life almost got really great.
It was really great for that moment in
Yeah,
time.
dude.
That's okay.
Yeah, no, there was
Absolutely.
there was the nurse night, and then there was
Okay.
okay. Let's rephrase. There was the Bud Light sticker night, and then there was the MILF night.
Okay.
But it was one of those two nights. I got fucking pink eye from FGL.
I think you had pink eye and I had COVID at the same time.
No, mine
Was
was
it?
the week after.
You think the guy who molested you gave you pink eye job?
That was not molestation. That was full on like
Assault.
that was
This man was like grinding up on.
I just remember.
Dude,
Should we bring back the clip?
Well, I just
we
remember
were-
me and Dan
we were
Let's go back to that.
we were a like
Replay. if I just happened to have a hole in the other side of my jeans that night, that's full on penetration.
Well, I just remember it like,
Yeah,
Like-
pretty much.
I've apologized for it before. I was the cause of that.
Oh, I know, but like, there's no need
Because-
because it was fucking hilarious.
Well, we were
started it.
putting Bud Light stickers on Joe, and other people at AJ's started doing it too.
they started buying me drinks just so they could take my empty bottle
Yeah.
and put fucking stickers on
Yeah,
me.
it was hysterical.
I got free drinks out of this.
And then there's some old guy that was just dancing. He's having a time. And he was just looking at Joe's bag, be like, what the fuck is this? Looking at the stickers. And I was like, I did that. Isn't that hysterical? And pointed at Joe. And then the guy just decided to just grind Joe.
It was not. No.
This seems like a good
This
opportunity.
was not. It was not grinding. It
But
was
you were-
full pelvic.
You were
thrust.
aware, dude. You were like, what the fuck?
Because I remember there was a girl next to me who was like, "Holy shit!" And I was like, "Yeah, this could be fucking you right now, but it's me."
And then
Taking the fall.
And then Kev told you while we were out on the street
Well, yeah, because
smoking on Broadway.
I was like,
Where are we going now?
Yeah, where are we going,
Well, no, I have
Vinny?
to-
Where are we going, Vinny?
I had to let Joe know because it got to the point where, like, it could have stopped us getting into
Yeah,
another
true.
place.
Yeah, because I was just covered. I was.
You're just,
I was.
Which is actually, in hindsight, a good move.
yeah.
And
I know what's going on.
Because then I had a great night after that, dude.
then you had a great second night
Yes.
until you didn't.
Until I didn't. But hey, how I look at it, dude, is when shit like that happens or anything else happens, fucking, I'm like Neo out here dodging bullets. Dodging bullets I can't see, dude, and go.
Well,
Or B, it's their loss. They don't know what they're missing out on. It is what it is. Don't matter.
That's how I feel about Jennifer.
There
This
you
man
go.
low-key just take that shot right now?
What?
Did you just low-key take
Yeah.
that? So it's,
Everybody else has beers in the
I don't, bro. I'm
This
not
one.
drinking for a while.
Good for you, man.
It's been sitting there
Yeah,
for
Dan, you want another one?
anybody want another one? Because I never did mine.
Oh, what?
Wait, are you just noticing that now, Chad?
What?
That he didn't do it?
Yeah, but...
Oh, I thought you did. My bad.
This man, when we
I
all
just-
went to take it,
I
and
just
this man...
covered it,
Sorry,
put my thumb up, and then
Dude, so I was
back
hurt,
on.
and immediately after I took that, I was fighting for my life, bro.
And I know, and I was just
No.
watching it all unfold.
throw up.
Ran, bro. Literally, like, just as I'm getting to the sink, bro, it was coming out. I was like, fuck.
Dude, I literally, I can't believe I don't no recollection of you saying anything. I just heard a splash.
Yeah.
We gotta edit a clip where it's just like you hear that me just going, boys and both are up, splash, Kev going when he's back in there.
Just zoom in on each other, everyone's face, and see their reaction. Like, honestly, just zoom in on everybody.
I
and
think it
see
was just
their
like
reaction.
It's a good idea.
Is that what we think it was?
I just smiled. I was about to just like die.
My man had a shit-eating grin.
Dude, I feel like I knew that was gonna happen the whole day though, bro. So I didn't eat until fucking like
Yeah.
Literally 20 minutes before you took the fucking
it
shot.
feels like you
Yeah.
knew this was coming up, and it was the 1 year anniversary, and you were just like, "I'm gonna do just the opposite of what would be good here."
no, that was not planned. I did not.
I can eat nothing and do a shot later, or I
I
can
didn't
eat something and do a
nothing.
shot
I
later.
ate a little bit earlier today, but that was like the first like.
We're doing the
meal
pod
I
at
ate.
we're gonna try to do the pod at 8.
And it was just.
I'll come home at 8:15.
It was a hassle. It was a hassle, bro. I was driving around Nashville. It was mad fucking traffic, dude. It fucking takes you fucking 45 minutes to get across town, dude.
Dude,
It took me 25 minutes to get home.
I
had to find a different
And
way.
then I stopped at Tony's, ordered their pickup, came back 8, and you still weren't here.
You were mid-eating while I got back. And then it helped me for once set this shit up.
I had 3 enchiladas and half a bowl of rice.
I love that shit.
All right, it is what it is. We're in the moment,
Also,
bro.
Tony's
It's
2
been,
blocks
life's
down.
been crazy, you know.
Amazing.
Life has been.
And I don't know. Obviously, today was a battle. That first day sober, I didn't have any weed until a little bit before. I wasn't planning on it.
You almost made it.
But I was like, also, it's the weekend.
Yeah,
like,
the sweats and the
there's
shakes.
good music coming out tonight. I want to get stoned and listen to it.
Stretching
And
his arm.
I thought if we were drinking, I'm gonna want weed to smoke.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, tea break starts after the weekend. And then
That's
That's
why
fair.
I
That's
quit
how I feel
sober
with
October.
diets.
The tea break starts never.
it was more about I
Yeah.
wanted to save money and focus on the show and this project I'm about to put out and just stay focused. And like when I want to go sober, which I can, I've done before.
No, it's more like I was about to burp, then I didn't, and I was like very confused. And
Except when Kev's gotta run, he's gotta flip the fucking table to make it.
no, it was more like I just had like all the motions.
Disaster
Oh,
just throws
I
up.
had all the motions
you
for
know?
I had all the motions for burp, but the actual burp itself was like a 5-second delay.
I think I heard and felt that.
I just saw him go.
There was a slight earthquake going
Yeah, it's like everything happened.
I think it
And I was
registered
like
on the
very
seismograph.
confused. No, this isn't Philadelphia.
There was seismic activity. Yeah, I saw that, dude. Like
Yeah,
how
that's
that
crazy.
actually registered on the
Philadelphia was having
seismograph.
earthquakes.
Yeah,
We'll score that game.
that shit's crazy.
Let's talk
It was
about a few more things
Eagles
before we wrap this up. It's already been going on for like 2 hours.
Yeah, you're gonna have-
Does
you're gonna
not
have a
feel
lot
like it
yeah.
at all.
You're gonna have a lot of fun editing this.
Oh yeah. Oh my god.
Just leave it all
just
in.
fucking
Leave
I'm gonna leave
everything
it
in,
all.
dude. Just leave
Yeah.
it.
We
Did they
didn't
win?
say no. I mean, there may be a few
shit,
things I'll edit
bottom
out.
line.
Just I don't want to be.
Wait, let me see.
3-2, bottom of the ninth.
Astros up 3-2, bottom of the 9th, so Philly had.
We need the live updates.
I'm saying if Philly,
Why is the game is
Yeah.
no,
World
if basically if
Series.
Philly loses
It's game
this,
5.
they basically lose the World Series
Pretty much.
because
Yeah.
it's gonna be tough to steal 2 in Houston.
someone win it right now?
No.
No.
All right. So
But if Houston wins, they essentially win because they got 2
Yeah.
home games in a row.
all right. Well, I don't give a fuck. But
That's fair. My parlay did not hit. Tough L.
not the Red Sox. I don't even give a shit if it was Red
It was it was a total Jalen Hurts parlay. I know your feelings on parlays. We're not getting into
Okay.
this right now.
All right. We've been going for 2 hours. Does not feel like it. I'm glad to have you boys.
You've been here for about an
Just
hour
chilling.
40 of
I
it.
know, guys. Cleaned up the bathroom like a gentleman, as I should, honestly. Though.
Sick.
It's good.
Not
to
that
be
should have
here.
done it for the camera.
Just uked right
Get
across.
the money for the gram.
Do it for the Vine.
That would have been a short pod episode.
Elon Musk said he's gonna bring back Vine.
I heard about that.
No way.
I didn't read the article. I
Yo,
just saw
kill
the
TikTok.
headline.
Bring
Yeah,
Vine back.
yeah, same.
Is that-
What?
Kill TikTok. Bring Vine back.
Ooh.
I don't like these 4-minute TikToks. Give me my 6-second
I would
Vine
honestly
again.
Yeah, every
I would
time
trade
I
TikTok
see
for Vine.
every time I see these fucking 4-minute TikToks, I'm like they always introduce it as like this really cool concept, and I'm like, oh, cool.
Wait until the end.
And
Yeah,
then there's like
like,
20
Wait
minutes.
to the end. You
I
won't
just see-
believe what happens.
And
I'm
then it's like part 2.
yeah, part 2, and I'm like, or
Subscribe for part 2.
or it'll be like a video, like a 3-second
to the
video with
Patreon.
no context, and I'm like, what? Like, this seems really crazy. Like, what happened? And none of the comments say anything about the
Yeah, you always
context.
go for the comments.
Yeah, that's literally the first thing I click
The
on.
slideshow TikToks have pissed me off.
Really?
Yeah, I don't like them.
I love the slideshow.
It's either
move
they
too-
move too quick,
Yeah.
or they move too
Yes.
slow. There's no like in between.
And then once you
But you
stop,
can like hold on to them though.
well, no,
Yeah.
no. If you slide back on one, it just stops and it won't keep going.
Yeah.
But then it's not in sync with the music like it's supposed to be, and
Yeah,
it's
that's
fucked up.
true. Like if you're watching like
It's falling
a
off.
like an Edmund Fitzgerald video, and
The fuck is that?
ooh, Nick would be so disappointed in you. Right
Oh,
now.
that video. Okay,
Yeah.
you said Nick, and I
you
knew.
guys
Yeah.
ever seen Breaking Simulation on TikTok?
I don't know.
It's some bald guy that's like, people will be like, "Can you impersonate like a helicopter?"
Oh no, I haven't. I need to see that.
I also haven't been on TikTok
He's
really
following
much
0
lately.
people.
I-
He has
It's probably a
913
good
followers.
thing. There's
No, but my feed's set up where it's like if I do go on TikTok, it's all like positive shit that like
Oh,
it's like
that's-
all right, good. Like I feel
that's
inspired to go do some
that's
other
not
shit.
how mine is. So I'm
so
glad-
fucked up.
I need to get on your side of TikTok.
I'm on like the spiritual, motivational music side of TikTok.
Mine's all.
Five.
Mine's part music, part
Forward.
memes, part like
Oh
true
my
crime.
god!
It's bad.
All right, off the phone, boys. Let's go. Let's wrap this thing up.
I'm sorry, I had to follow this guy on TikTok.
But yeah, no, it's been good being here. Definitely hope to be on again sometimes,
You guys
considering
are
we
always
live
welcome.
literally 2 minutes away when we stumble down the hill.
I know. We'll have to do
If
another
we
one.
take the shortcut where we tumble, it's like 2 minutes.
Yeah, they made me take the shortcut. They didn't want to go down
I
the
didn't wanna-
rocky path.
No, it was too. I was too nervous because my shoes are. I'm wearing Converse and they have no traction whatsoever.
Don't want to
so.
slide.
Oh, yeah, no, parts of that hill, because I went up it once.
Yeah, it's a
Once.
nightmare.
Yeah,
I feel like
Well,
going
I-
down is more dangerous than going up, though.
Yeah, going down, I just went like, I took the long way.
That first night,
I
we-
went to like the dog park and then down.
that first night we were here though, and we went out to FGL, and I was yeah, I was way more drunk than I thought I was, and
The weed
we
did
also
not
got
help.
I got crossed out there, and
Yeah,
I told
okay.
Aaron, I'm like, I gotta go. Like, I am not in my body right now. And I don't know how I climbed that hill.
We
but
just went straight up the hill. We didn't.
I don't know what your.
I don't know how you
wasn't
didn't
I, like-
trip on a fucking
No.
speedball.
Keep it moving.
I think I'm more agile when I'm intoxicated than when I am sober.
Genuinely.
Genuinely.
Dude, I know I'm fucked up when like my feet, like I can hear them like from a mile away. I'm like, when I'm kind of like leaning back, you know.
I can feel my feet a mile away.
So like I'm walking, like I know I'm leaning back a little bit, and like the foot's just heavy.
There was-
and I would come up to those speed bumps that night because I.
Oh
I
my
say,
God.
I'm like, oh fuck, here we go. I gotta time this right, or I'm eating shit.
There
Dude,
was-
when I'm walking back at a 77-degree angle.
There was one night where I went for like a stroll and I was just like checking out the stuff in the apartment complex, and naturally I was intoxicated. And I went over to the telephone pole or the cable pole or whatever it is, and I just looked at it and I was like, what? And I was like trying to figure out like what was going on, and I remember I walked all around. I walked up there and I was like, this is a different world, man.
Up there, I know. Even just walking up the hill up to your spot.
Because I never go over there. I always just drive direct to our complex, and I'm like,
I should take.
I just took a stroll around, and I'm like, oh my god, like
There are
there's
lots more buildings
I felt
here
like
than
Magellan, man. I
Yeah,
felt
I only
like
know like our building.
Columbus
Yo,
without the
Magellan?
I know
genocide,
what I
man.
can see from out my fucking
Yeah,
out there on the fucking deck and out there.
I
when we
felt
drive
like
in
fucking
cars.
Amerigo Vespucci out here, just absolute
Discovered.
Henry Hudson. I will name every fucking explorer.
Don't forget
We're
Magellan,
back in the
dude.
day.
I got Magellan.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
Fucking
Did you say Lewis and Clark yet?
What about
did
Christoph
not-
Columbus?
I did.
He's
say
not real.
Columbus.
Sacagawea.
Also,
What is Juan
Sec-
Ponce de Leon, dude? That's
Ponce
dope.
de, I did
Whoa,
forget
that's
Ponce
a
de
dope
Leon.
name.
I did
That is a
forget
pretty
Ponce
sick
de Leon.
name.
Mr. Andrikovics is out here just
Who was the
clapping
Spanish
right
guy that
now.
conquered the
It's like, good job.
He's on his
Conquer
tiptoes.
Peru.
Like, all right, guys.
Hey guy,
Jose.
that was the funniest fucking story.
I work.
I know we
with
don't
Jose.
have time to tell it, but that fucking project was so fun.
Oh my god.
Ugh,
Yeah, we'll have to do another squad episode.
absolutely.
Francisco
Yes.
Pizarro.
past our
What the
bedtime.
fuck did you just say?
And we'll wrap it up.
Francisco
What
Pizarro.
did you guys say?
Francisco Pizarro.
Oy.
Francisco
Before we wrap this up, I
Pizarro.
got like 2 more questions.
I'm on a police interview right now.
Yeah, before you can go.
Damn.
Just a couple more questions. Where were you on January 6th?
Oh God. I do remember. I do actually
I need to
remember.
get that in
I was at
every
a birthday
episode.
party.
I gotta get that in every episode.
Where were you? Shit.
All right, so what's life been like lately? Work and whatnot. What you guys been doing?
I'll let Joe go first on this one.
Yeah, because I have the most riveting job.
Yeah, you're in charge of supply chain at Kroger's, and Kroger's is continuously out of stock. So, how well are you doing your job, Joe?
All right.
Yeah, Joe.
I used to. Well, I'm like officially hired now. I'm no longer temp.
It's official?
Yeah,
You're no longer Ryan
I
from
passed
The
my
Office.
drug test and my background check.
Hey.
Right.
Cheers
And
to you, bro.
if I had any beer left, I would.
Cheers.
Nope. I have to go to my big boy job tomorrow. No, I just
Cheers to water.
officially got hired. They moved my desk. I was working the Las Vegas distribution center and like 3 DCs in California, but just extended. Now I'm on Dallas, and it's fine. I do what I do. I got to listen to a shitload of Taylor Swift at work, so it's cool.
How was the Falcons game?
Oh, that was it was tough to
Man,
watch.
took a solo trip. You drove?
I drove to Atlanta. Traffic sucked on the way down. I ended up the last hour of it. I said fuck the highway because it was standstill for like 40 minutes. I'm like, I'd rather just be actually driving, so I just drove through suburbs of Atlanta. I didn't go out because I was hungover and tired, and the Tennessee-Alabama game was on, so, go Vols,
Great
Rocky
game.
Top on top. But I was afraid to go out too because the only thing I packed were red shirts because Niners, but I'm not trying to walk around downtown Atlanta sporting only red. I don't look like a gangbanger, but sometimes they'll see the color and just take a shot, and I didn't want to be a part of that.
This guy.
I didn't want to be a headline.
That's fair.
So you
So
say you're just a Falcons fan, bro? It's
no,
they're
I would say
calling-
I was a George Kittle jersey. They would know. They'd either say he's an out of towner or he's against us. 77% chance I might get hit in a drive-by, and I didn't want to. Dude, like my Uber driver or like my Uber Eats driver couldn't even fucking find my hotel. So I'm like, I don't trust anything now. I'm fucking staying inside. And then I got a little scared after the game when
How
they
close was it to the game? Like,
It was like 2 miles. It was like 15 minutes from the stadium, which is fucking
you walk
huge.
or you?
I drove because it was valet parking. Because it was so in the city, they didn't have a parking lot. I had to valet park my car at the hotel. So I'm like, okay. So I drove. I parked at a church about a mile away from the stadium. So I just walked. It was like a 10-minute walk. That was fine. After the game was a lot more worrisome because there were a lot of drunk Atlanta fans. And like I got in a group.
Did the Niners win?
Oh, they
No,
got.
the doors
Okay,
blown off of them.
no. There was a point in the second quarter where it looked like they were back, but then then Hufanga got hurt, and then Ward got hurt, and fucking everyone got hurt.
Billy Bob Thornton. Dude.
Yeah.
Fucking essentially, yeah.
Jimmy
Brought
G.
him out.
Jimmy G's may be the sexiest man alive.
So fucking good looking.
I know it's not fair, but no, they got absolutely shit stomped. And then after the game, like I'm in across the street, and this group of Falcons fans are like, "Yeah, that's right." I think I just got in while they're like before the cross guard's like, "Fucking stop now." So I got in. They're like, "Yeah, stop him! No Niners fans walking across here." And she looks behind me and she sees me.
Oh.
And I'm just like, oh, fuck, this is where it all goes down. I'm going to get jumped by a group of drunk. No, but they were actually, the Atlanta fans were very nice and respectful. It's like, yes, we don't win it very often, so we're going to shit talk you, but like, we understand you're the better team. I got that respect from them, I think. But no, it was really cool. Atlanta's a really cool city.
Should have hit a strip club up, dude.
I I was scared to walk to the fucking Chipotle. I'm not going to a fucking strip club in Atlanta. We'll go to one here.
Not without us. Nah.
Also, I'm not gonna be the guy walking to the strip club alone. That's probably the worst part. I don't want to be that
eating
guy.
your Chipotle.
Like I'm not trying to like, enforce the stereotype of what I look like. I'm not trying to be I don't want to look like the guy that walks into the strip club alone, and I don't want to be the guy that walks into the strip club alone. So I'm not gonna be that, no matter how tempting. But yeah, no, that was an experience for sure.
And then Sober October. Fill us in on what happened with that. This man.
Sober October.
So I have 2 questions left, and it's asked like 5
I know.
times.
I won't even. This man didn't talk about it before.
Sober October. So I'm like,
We're nearing the end.
I need to take a break from boozing because I boozed too much. And I did. I went 2 weeks.
Yep.
And I was like, yeah, we're crushing it. And then I get on Xbox with my friends, and it's a Friday, and I'm going to drive to Atlanta the next day. And I already built into Sober October, like, I'm going to have a beer or 2 at the game. That's like, it's fucking sacrilege to not have a beer at the game. Like, I'm going to fucking do it. So that was built in. What was not built in was the night before, when I was on Xbox, and I was like, my buddies were like cracking drinks and shit, and they're like, you guys gotta, like, it's like, what the fuck you doing, man? I'm like, I'm doing Sober October. It's a moral thing. And they're like, fucking stop. I'm like, no, I'm not going to. And we play a couple games, and one of my buddies is like, I know how to get you to fucking drink right now. You're not ready for it. I'm like, I think I'm prepared for anything you have to throw at me. He puts on my OG hype song, Yes, by LMFAO.
Yep.
He puts that on the mic, and I'm like, oh, fuck. God, all right, I'll be right back. I'm going to the fucking liquor store. I come back with a 6-pack, a bottle of Rebel Yell, and a bottle of Coke. And I'm like, it's fucking go time, boys. And in the middle of this, Dan and Aaron with their friends from back home walk in the door. And they knew I was doing Sober October.
Yeah.
They opened the door, and I just kind of look, I'm like... It's like...
It's like watching a startled animal.
I'm just like...
I didn't know if he would attack or
It's like
run
catching
away.
your son the first time he does something wrong.
Yeah, I was just kind of... My first thing was like,
Your
you both
parent-
knew this would happen.
Your parents walk in your room and you're playing DS, so you quickly hide it under the covers or something.
No, they
It's
walked
like when you
in
have
on
the old,
something
like,
else.
the,
But
like old box TVs that like when you turn it off, it just had like the static for like 5 minutes.
Honestly.
no, it's a good thing Sober October ended. Because I did learn to manage just like during the week drinking. I don't drink that much during the week anymore. It's like if I do, it's 1 beer.
Save it for the weekend.
But on the weekend, I drink like a bottle of whiskey and like 18 beers
So
over
it's
like
getting
2 or 3
lit.
days. It's bad. Like they watched it the other night.
Gotta love Drunk Joe, though.
Drunk Joe does the fucking
Money.
Yo, that clip, dude.
What is it?
That's the game plan, baby. Hey, let me tell you, the Celtics are on tomorrow. Money.
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 Dude.
Being
But-
casual, baby.
So when me and Dan, when the party was bust, the house show, we were already out. I cut up jeans to make little jean shorts. I was a sexy lumberjack.
Yeah.
Dan
was like a cowboy.
Dan was a cowboy. I'm like, fuck it, we're out. We're already out here. We're not going back home. So we just went to Broadway. Dan didn't want to go like on Broadway, so we went to Bowie's. And my MILF Hunter saga continued.
oh boy.
Yes.
And then the worst, so like it wasn't like anything bad. We danced a little bit. She took pictures of us with her friends, and I'm like, fuck it.
Oh, you posted that on like Instagram, right?
Yeah, so I posted on
That's an
Instagram. It was her
interesting time.
birthday. It was one of her friends. I'm like, Dan, we're gonna get. Yeah. And so like, and then I took a picture with the one that I was dancing with at the end, and I tagged her because I was like, fuck it. I'm getting some kind of contact info. I don't give a fuck if you're 40. I'm doing it. So I posted that, and then the other day, my mom texted me. He's like, "You gonna get tickets to Taylor Swift?" I'm like, "I fucking hope so." And she was all like, I think before she was like, "Oh, you look like you had a fun night." I'm like, "Yeah, it was a really good time." And she just left it at that. So a couple days later, she's like, "Get tickets to Taylor Swift. It's a great place to you can meet some girls or their moms." And I was like, "Hey, hey, listen." I don't try to do it. It just happens, first off. And second, it was Dan's idea to go to the old person bar.
That's, that is true.
So, blame Dan.
And the old ladies love Joey Moran.
Absolutely.
Dude, Joe's host slays MILFs.
That's the type of manifestation we're talking about, brother.
Yeah, Kev, keep manifesting because it's working for me.
It's not just Bowie's though, man. They're everywhere.
They are everywhere, but
I noticed
Bowie's
that.
Bowie's is where they fucking they get intimate, right, Dan?
Oh my god, yeah.
There are so many downtown stories to tell.
But, okay, I know this is going late, but Dan, you gotta fucking tell this one.
So we go to Bowie's. My brother is up from Alabama. He's stationed out there. He's in the Navy. He comes up and he's like, "All right, well, just one night on Broadway so I can see it." You know, we pregame and whatnot, and like we stop at Kid Rock's. First of all, there was this girl who came up to us and she was like talking to all of us, and then she singles me out and she's like, "I love your nose ring," and she grabs my septum. And I'm like,
Ow.
yeah, and I'm like, she's like, "How much did it hurt?" And I'm like, "How much did what, like, when you got," no, yeah, she said that before. "How much did it hurt?" I'm like, "What?" And I'm like,
you fell
"How
from
much did you
heaven."
hurt when you got this?" Yeah, and she fucking like wiggles it around, and I'm like, stop. So a couple, like an hour or so go by, and we go to Bowie's because my brother is wasted, and I'm like, we need to get like at least a little bit off Broadway. We go into Bowie's. There's this lady who is cracked off her mind. She's definitely on something. She was definitely drunk, but she might have been on something else. I don't know. People act differently when they're drunk. But so she was like, she kept like giving me like the eyes, you know, and I'm like, okay, like I'm not interested.
Space
Like,
taken.
no,
Yeah, like I have
these
a
were
girlfriend.
not like these were like blatant fuck me eyes.
Yeah, yeah.
like to the point where it wasn't even
blatant
fuck me. It's like I'm fucking insane.
Yes, it
Eyes.
made me mad uncomfortable. Like I don't think I've ever been that uncomfortable with usually I'm just like, okay, like sorry, but like it just kept going, and she like
want the day.
she was like, mind you, she was like 50 years old, and she's
older.
like grabbing onto my collar and stuff, and I'm like, listen, like I'm not interested, like you're really sweet, but like I'm just trying to be nice, like I'm not interested. So she goes over to Joe. What did she do to you?
She was like tickling me.
Yeah.
But, like,
That's
aggressive.
uncomfortable though. That's a double standard there. Because like in that moment, like guys shouldn't be complaining about a girl
No.
touching them. But if they're uncomfortable with it, it's just as weird if you're
Yeah.
a fucking girl doing it as a guy.
No, definitely.
Girls can be
Yeah.
creepy too.
Yeah, no, but like it's like it was weird because she was like tickling me and shit, and then she looked like behind me, and there was this taller guy behind me, so she immediately dropped me.
It's just so.
I was like, "Thank
Yeah.
fucking Christ!" She went to him.
Christ.
Oh yeah, she did.
She went to
before-
this guy, and then she danced with some older guy.
Yeah, before she went to you, she poked me in the stomach once. She asked how old I was, and I said 23. She like side rolled her eyes and then went to you, and then did
This man's like,
whatever.
I'm also 23.
Yeah.
No, so then she went to this taller guy, and then she went to this older guy. They danced for a song. Same band that we saw the night that I met my
Yeah.
second MILF.
second
great,
MILF.
great fucking band.
That frog. We call them frogs, bro.
Oh shit, you're right. My second frog.
Delicate frog.
That's so dehumanizing.
Yeah, honestly.
I'm posting this on my story. I don't think Jennifer will see it, but if you do, if you make it this
Just call
far,
them princesses.
You're
'cause
my
princess
princess.
is from-
The beautiful
Nah, they gotta
princesses.
kiss the prince, baby.
this
Frog's gonna kiss the prince.
like she came back to me and she got like real aggressive with the tickling. And I don't know what I did, or like she got distracted again, or if I found a way to pawn her off to Dan. But she somehow wound up back on Dan.
Yeah, and I tried to, joke around and be like, "Hey Ryan, my brother." I'm like, "Hey Ryan, like, talk to her," because like I was so uncomfortable. Yeah, and he looks at me. He's like,
I think she was scared of Ryan. So.
he did. Yeah, well, Ryan's a bit bigger than me. Like he's
it's-
like more muscular and
It's
whatnot.
hard to hold your
Yeah.
ground in those moments and like be
Yeah.
firm with them. And I'm sure girls feel the same way when it's a guy that's being
Yeah.
creepy to them. They feel like they can't speak up in that moment,
Yeah.
or they do,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Fucking get away."
Well,
from
Ryan's
me.
a bit more confrontational, and he was just like, "No."
Yeah, I don't care who it is.
Yeah,
You fucking like
even-
grab
yeah.
your nose and shit.
Yeah.
Be like, get the fuck away from me before I.
Well, this was
fucking-"
a different girl than that,
but
Oh,
she was
Yeah, no, we're
grabbing
both-
my
But still,
collar.
like, poking you and taking.
Oh, yeah.
She was grabbing my collar, and she was like, I'm like, listen, like, you're sweet, but like, she's not sweet, but like, I lied. I'm trying to be nice. I'm like, I have a girlfriend. She's like, where is she? And, knowing she's like back in Massachusetts. And I'm like, oh, she's back at home.
long distance.
Yeah, I'm like, she's back
You
at
don't
home.
need to say. She doesn't need to know.
Yeah, and yeah, I said she's back at home. I got to go back home to her after this, and she was like, "Well, is
She's in the
she in
bathroom.
this room now?" And I'm like, "No, like I got to go back to home. Like I'm faithful, man. Like I'm not gonna cheat." And she's like, "Well, it's for my friend." She points to her friend, who I don't even know if she was with, but I think she was. And
No,
her
but-
friend just shielded her
yeah,
eyes like
she was
this.
not. Her friend was not
Embarrassed
into this
of
at
her
all.
drunk.
In
Like
hindsight,
maggots.
her friend should have pulled her the fuck away because
Yeah.
that's
Oh, for sure.
At a certain point,
terrible.
it's just
Yeah,
like,
that's
annoying.
terrible. This lady grabs my arm, just suddenly, like in the spur of the moment, just grabs my arm right here, bites me. But this isn't a love bite or anything. This is a chomp. This lefty
What the
mark. I
fuck?
have like I'm gonna pull out the
got
picture
photo
right now.
evidence.
He has photo. Like it was a fucking.
I took a picture.
bruise.
This shit like
Send me this
I felt
picture.
it.
I can put it in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I felt it for a couple days. I mean, you can't see a lot of it, but like you see a little bit right there in the circle. Like it left a little bit of a mark.
Casually
She-
by you.
Yeah.
She bit over a shirt.
It was a thick shirt too.
And it left
It was
teeth
a
marks.
thick shirt. It left teeth marks. I felt it for a couple days afterwards. Like
Dangerous.
I was assaulted at Bowie's, and like, what the fuck? Like that shit's.
You're too nice, man. I
Yeah,
wouldn't fuck
you know.
Well, she ran away into the fucking crowd. I'm like, I
After
don't know where
biting
she
you?
was.
She's fucking-
Yeah, she fucking knew what she did, and she fucking ran away. I'm like,
Psycho drunk bitch. She said, yeah, this is the bitch that's cracked out, right? It's
she. That's why I say she was definitely on something else because I've never
Just could not
seen
take
like
no for
a
an
drunk
answer.
person just like. I mean, maybe she was just drunk, but like,
Was she from Florida?
there's a possibility. I don't know. Maybe that's
Florida
normal
woman.
down in Florida. I don't know. That's just basic bar etiquette.
You guys know the
Cannibals,
phrase-
Cannibals in Nashville. That's the episode title.
Yeah.
You guys know the phrase "drunk words are sober thoughts," but can you say the same thing? Like, drunk actions are sober.
They can be, man. They can be definitely,
Because
but
if so, I'm
that's
concerned for that lady that somewhere in her mind she wanted to
yeah,
Jesus
bite
Christ.
me.
for
If
not
that's the
wanting to
case-
do what they wanted to
She's
do.
been watching that Dahmer documentary too much.
Dude,
was
that was
before that.
before. It was
It was
before
before.
Donnie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't even use that.
She
as
watched
an
the Ted
excuse.
Bundy one with Zac Efron.
Damn. All right, let's wrap this thing up. Last question, I swear.
All right.
What's up for Witch Culture? When's some new music? What are you guys working on? Like, what's plans for the future? Goals?
That's definitely very up in the air. I know we got Rye Guy. He's up in Connecticut right now. I know we have some acoustic songs that we might work on. We've got a lot of songs that like we've compiled, but it's very up in the air as to when something happens next. We're just pretty much going with the flow and seeing what happens. All I gotta say is self-plug, definitely stream our songs that we worked very hard on. We spent a couple of years working on them, and we're very proud of him. So, if you want to, definitely stream you, Hello Love, and Seeing Clearly. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Dropped them a couple months ago.
I don't know if I'm allowed to do this, but I'm going to do it anyway.
Sure.
Nah, dude, this is a mini plug. There might be some music happening with some old friends from college. I'm not going to say what or who.
Damn, that's very big, dude.
I mean, is it vague? We all know what it is. I just don't want to say it because I don't know if I'm supposed to.
I know what it is. I got you.
I don't know what it is, but
put up the
Pyramid Dog, dude. Oh.
Put up the
I say
dog.
Jamie might think about moving down here.
that is something he has talked about, but he needs to visit first because he's a dipshit and he's like, I don't want to just move before
People love Nashville. Every time they come to Nashville, they go, "Wow, I can't believe you fucking live here, dude." It's like, yeah, dude.
That's why I'm like, just fucking visit already. Like, just hop on your.
It's the spot.
Don't understand how the balance works, but fucking hop on your motorcycle, you fucking behemoth, and get down here.
Oh,
that's the thing. If you're making music, you should be in Nashville. That's what I think. That's what, or at least go, be here, experience it like once in your life. But this place to be. I'm excited for the future and making music here and
Music City, bro.
What a time to be alive. I'm here with the Trunk Man, Aaron Messina. Dan McGarr.
He lives in the trunk.
Joe Moran, my co-host Kevin Liss.
I am Kevin Liss, your co-host. And as their host, Vincenzo.
Yes, sir. This was episode 32, the 1-year anniversary episode. Happy 1-year anniversary of the pod. Many more years to come. Who knows how many episodes we can do this year. But I'm excited for all the guests that we're going to have on in the future, all the uplifting conversations that we're going to have, and these have helped me immensely in the last year. All these conversations have helped, just see more clearly in the future and realize that I'm on my path and we're all just here together and we're sharing our fucking ideas and just supporting each other, and I'm always here for you guys to support, and I love to hear the music.
Definitely.
And
Same goes for you, man. So happy to be here.
I appreciate you. Anything else you guys want to plug? Give a promo for you?
We're putting out more than 32 episodes for the next year.
We'll say that.
Guaranteed.
At least. No, we won't guarantee it. That's the goal.
If not, to quote Danny Cali, you can castrate Vincenzo.
What? When did he say that? This man doesn't even know my name.
I can tell you one thing. This man hates no one in this world more than Jeff. Jeff.
No, I actually thought he loves Jeff.
Dude, he kept telling people that Danny was his dad.
Yeah, and Danny thought that was hysterical.
That was a nice.
He's also in love with a 22-year-old.
Yeah, I know. He's also in love with any woman that walks into a bar.
I don't want
We don't want to shit talk.
Shout out
Danny
Steve and
Kelly.
Ashton. We love you guys.
Sorry. Yeah.
Miss all the homies. Let's not make it too long before we see each other again. I mean, you're right there, and we'll definitely do another pod
Absolutely.
episode sometime soon.
I want onion rings right now so fucking
Got me
bad.
thinking about Cookout, bro. Fuck. Cookout's the spot.
All right, wave to the camera.
Episode 32 of the Endless Enjoyment Podcast. Year 1 in the books. We keeping it coming forever and ever. Things I want to shout out again. Cali, my boy's album's out now. We got a single, Growing Old, coming very soon. I'm about to drop 2 EPs before the year's over. First one, Wake Up and Enjoy, is dropping Saturday, 11/19. And I got a show 11/26 in my hometown of Norton, Massachusetts. If you're in Massachusetts or near there, Saturday, November 26th. 2 days after Thanksgiving, we throwing it down. I'm gonna have a bunch of special guests. I have some friends coming from out of state too. It's gonna be fucking lit, and I'm super excited for it. And fucking love you guys. Thanks for being here.
And Friday, November 18th is me and Dan's birthday.
Yep. So say happy birthday to them. 24 and 25.
Absolutely.
And
Rock it.
much love. Thank you. Enjoy. Enjoy. Thank you.
Goodbye.
You know you set me off, but I knew you do. To stay close when I'm with you.